baby. Welcome in, everybody. How the hell are you? Look, we gotta govern a couple of things here. One, first of all, I'm not using my normal live streaming software, so hopefully everything's working tip top. Who the hell knows what's gonna happen tonight on this live stream? But it's Friday night. Thanks for jumping in with me, everybody. It's gonna get a little crazy tonight. It's been a while since I've done a good old-fashioned Calirado, like just party live stream, invited people in here virtually. You know, we've been doing the fireside chat, so we do people local here, but now it's gonna get it's gonna be fun tonight, right? That's what I'm saying. You're here on a Friday night. What would we do other than have some fun with it? So, you know, I was saying I just did an IG live stream just a moment ago, and I should just leave this in one spot. When I do these IG live streams, sometimes I do like a studio tour behind the scenes prior to going live here. And one of the things I said is that this is one of my favorite type of live streams because I get to spend the entire time talking about myself, right? I'd like to say that that's not true, but it's entirely possible it is, right? Isn't that true? Beautiful. Toad says the audio is crisp. We've got people jumping in here. Trail Monster is in here. Says congrats on the 10K, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. We're going to talk all about it tonight. We're going to have some fun. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have some fun. I want to say thank you, of course, to people that support the channel. Venture Apparel Company. They're in here. They're amazing. Of course, Worldwide Cyclery recently jumped on board. They're going to regret every minute of it, but here we are inside the Cali Radio Shack. Now, for those of you guys that are new to the channel, if you aren't familiar with why I call this place the Cali Radio Shack, I'm sure someone in chat can explain it to you. It's because Radio Shack was a company that was known for making mediocre electronic products and selling it to the public. And I'm kind of known for making mediocre mountain bike content. So it makes sense that the studio is here and it's called the Cali Radio Shack. So it's a couple things. And secondarily, it's also because I happen to work in the radio industry. So I'm not on the air. They don't even know what they have on their hands. Okay. But, you know, I've worked in the radio industry. So the Radio Shack plus it all tied well together. Okay. That's all. So if you guys are new here, that's what's going on. That's why I call it the Cali Radio Shack. Now, I do have to say something. Lil Boost is in here and he said, can I get a shout out? Absolutely. You got in early enough that I could read that and give you a shout out. So Lil Boost, thanks for jumping in, man. There's some new faces to the channel. It's because there's all kinds of craziness going on these days. And it's, who knows? But I like each and every one of you, except for, let me pick somebody out of chat that I'm not a fan of. No, I'm just kidding. 5 a.m. out here. Good morning from the Middle East and getting ready for a Saturday morning ride. Mohammed, thanks for jumping in. I'm jealous. I want to go riding. It's getting dark here, so we're going to play around on a live stream for a little bit. But tomorrow morning, I'm hoping to get out on a ride. Joe, War Within MTB says, hey, Joe, I'm getting in and out, and you want anything? Yes, a double with grilled onions. Now, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but there was a time that I worked at In-N-Out. When I grew up in Fairfield, I worked at the In-N-Out that wasn't that far from my house. And so I worked there for years. It turns out that's actually a really good company to work for, but you got to work, man. Like if you've ever gone into an In-N-Out that is not busy, they are always busy. So like you are always working on your shift. So if you've got good work ethic, it's funny because like In-N-Out is really pretty good. Like, and so I worked my way up the chain. My specialty was fries. Okay. I was really good at fries. To this day, I think I could beat any whippersnapper on the fries at In-N-Out. Mark my words. I'm certain of it. So I have all kinds of great In-N-Out stories. And, you know, if you guys ever eat at In-N-Out, if you guys aren't familiar with this fast food chain, it's not even, they don't call it fast food. We called it good food fast. And it's true because every ingredient is fresh. There's nothing frozen. It's, you know, they really make stuff. It's pretty, all right. We're not going to talk about In-N-Out. Thanks for getting me sidetracked. All right. Jeez Louise. John Davis, watch from an Airbnb at Bentonville Bike Fest. I am jealous, although from what I heard, it is mighty hot in Bentonville right now with the humidity and everything else. You guys are going to have to give me a report. We might actually have somebody coming in to give us a report on Bentonville. So stay tuned for that, and we can get the real scoop. I don't have anything in my teeth, Kyle. I know I don't. Okay, I'm certain of it. Josh says, I watch all you Cali MTB tunes, and y'all need to come to the Southeast and ride some different kind of gnar. That's one of my favorite things to do is ride different types of trails. So there's a possibility that I'm going to be planning a trip up north, maybe go hang out with Josh in Washington and see some of the Pacific Northwest stuff. Who knows? But I do want to I love seeing different types of trails, different types of trail systems, different regions. That's one of the best things about mountain biking is what we can do is we can plan our trips around trail systems. So absolutely, Josh, that would be amazing. Brian, good to see you. Brian Gong is in here. Middle-aged Master is in here. Mr. Percussive, who recently moved from California. I miss him already, okay? But he's no longer with us. Well, that sounds That sounds dark, doesn't it? He's not here in California anymore, is what I mean. So he's in Virginia. I think that's what VA is. It's amazing how little I know about the United States of America. Okay, I know New York, and I know where California is, and I don't know anything else in between. I know Colorado, obviously, but I couldn't remember. You're riding North Star tomorrow, Brian. Is that true? Isn't the Tahoe Bike Fest going on? Brian Bike Sum is driving up there. Yeah. Anyways, I know that's going on. Yes, William says, you're hilarious, man. Keep grinding. Thank you so much. You know what I forgot I could do? I could put comments on the screen with this program. So look at that. I look way more professional already, like 93% more professional right off the bat. Right off the bat. This is going great. Come to Windrock, Jared's Place. I've been hearing about Jared's Place. This is a new, I think it's just a small bike park, right? Did they just open? I've got to get more information because I follow them on Instagram, but I don't know like 100% like what's going on out there. So I've definitely got to do my research, but I would love to hit that area. In fact, the whole Bentonville stuff too is like, that looks like a rad place to be. Like I said, we're probably going to get a report on that very soon tonight. Oh yeah, War Within, you're right. Yeah, so War Within, MTB, Henry says, bro, that video hit 2.7 million views. So he's referring to the video that we did. I shot at Spartan Rides, and it's not in Phoenix. I say Phoenix is the small town, but it's in Arizona, and he can correct me in chat. But we shot a video out there, which was buying the mountain bike for the first time in 10 years. That thing has gone bonkers, man. And it has got, and thanks to Henry for camera work. And so it's 2.7 million views on Instagram. It's well over 1 million views on TikTok, and it just hit 1 million views on YouTube as well. So that is good news. Good news. It's good. It worked out really well. Yeah, I think I'm tempted. I could probably make Tahoe work tomorrow, but I don't know yet. I may have to clean the house so the wife doesn't yell at me. They've been out of town in San Diego all week, and I've kept it clean. Okay, I've kept it clean. But when they get home tomorrow night, there's going to be hell to pay if this place isn't spick and span. You know what I mean? That's a fact. You mark my words. I'm catching up on chat. I'm glad you guys are here spending a Friday night with me. Again, stoked. One of the best things about this is that we can all hang out here and celebrate me. We can talk about me because that's just what's important. No, I was talking to Brian and Sarah, the old BKXC, and I was like, it's funny because 10K is really like, it's not that much. It's still a milestone that I always had in mind when it came to YouTube. I said, look, I got to get to 10,000. I actually set a goal last year to get to 10,000, but it turns out you have to make good videos to do that. And I don't know, something went wrong. Okay. So, but we've had explosive growth recently, and it's been really good. So it was a goal of mine when I started the channel to reach 10,000. It doesn't mean anything. It's just a number, right? But you got to have those small goals because obviously we all want 1 million subscribers or whatever. It's just, you can't set that goal. You're going to be disappointed immediately, right? If you want to do 10 push-ups, which, I'm not saying I can't do 10 push-ups. So I'm saying if you want to do, let's say, for example, you want to do 100 push-ups, you don't start doing 100 push-ups. You do 10 push-ups a day, 15, 20, you work your way up. That's all. It's incremental goals. So the 10,000 was always on my list. And I've checked it off, God damn it. I'm so stoked about it. I'm stoked that you guys are here with me too. This is cool. It doesn't mean anything, but it's cool. And it's a great reason for us to celebrate and hang out together. And I got some proper hijinks planned tonight. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Stick around because we're going to go hot and heavy real fast. Okay. Real fast. Uncaged MTB says, congrats, Joe, you and the 10,000 sub mustache. Yes. And we hit 20,000 on IG. So I'm still working on the old TikTok thing. I've had a few things, start to go well on TikTok. I've had my first 1 million view video there, but again, I'm still new to that scene and it's a lot younger. So, the content is different. So like, even though some things will hit there and some things will hit on IG and stuff. So I'm learning, I'm doing all my homework. Okay, guys, but I don't want to bore you with that. What are the options for rides tomorrow? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about what's going on in Tahoe. Like, there's stuff going on. There's a Tahoe Bike Fest, but I don't know much about it. Nobody really seems to be talking about it that much, but I see like people posting about it. They're going up there. And that's one place I wish I spent more time at. Tahoe is not that far from me. I could easily get up there, but oftentimes it involves leaving the family the whole weekend because it's a day trip is kind of, you could do it, but it's like, that's a whole day gone. So they're gone. There's a possibility I do it, but I got to pick them up by like 9 o'clock. So I'd have to get back. We'll see. At the very least, I'll go out and do a casual. I got to get out and ride tomorrow for sure. I love getting out on the bike, and it's cooled down outside a little bit. Nothing like Bentonville's humidity. We've got a dry heat out here. Perfectly fine. No problems whatsoever. Yes, exactly. Wait, what the heck? Paul Shin is out in Texas. Says, greetings from Kerrville, Texas. Be back in Sac soon. How's the weather out there? I heard it's spicy out in Texas these days. Heard it's spicy. Texas and Arizona are just getting hit hot and heavy. We had a day, it was 100-something degrees out here in Sacramento, and that's when I made that reel where I walk out of the garage and then just immediately go back in. Just a sweat fest. We did an event recently with Fat Track, so they basically organized like a 2-year anniversary, just not an anniversary. Like, so what happened was there was a bunch of jumps out in the back of Granite Bay, which is state-owned land. So when they bulldozed it, it was sad, but it's also like, it's their land. So like, they could do it if they want to, but they did that. And that's where kids used to go hang out and run jumps and do all that kind of stuff. So they bulldozed it. So there was a big like protest ride that happened. Well, that was exactly a year ago. So they did a little event out there just to kind of bring more awareness to local trails and things like that. So we went out there and boy, oh boy, was it hot. And it turns out the day right after that got mighty cool. Like I took the kids out to go swimming at the lake after the next day over. Dude, it was windy as hell and cold. We just timed it all wrong. But that was happening. DM MTB says, congrats on the 10K. Thank you, man. Thank you. Again, totally arbitrary number. But at the end of the day, it's a good chance for us all to get together here. And it's a good chance for us to do some live streaming in the old Cali Radio Shack right here. Yeah, we're together. All right, very good. Johnny Fontaine says, you're my favorite celebrity. Good. More than Johnny Depp? Okay, he'll confirm down below. I'm sure he will. Tahoe MTB Fest isn't like Sedona or Sea Otter. So, I don't know what the story is. Do people just go ride a lot out there, or is it just vendors? I don't know anything about it. I should just go out there and check it out anyways. It's always good to hang out with people. Always good to hang out with people. Look, thanks everybody for jumping in tonight. So, yes, good. So Sarah says, woohoo, Brian's headache is gradually fading away as we keep watching this. If he keeps watching this, the headache's going to get worse, Sarah. I hate to break that to both of you. I'm sure he's well aware of that. The longer you listen to me, the worse it gets for everybody. It's true. So 2 fun stories about the Colorado Kid recently. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff tonight. We got some guests jumping in here and there. But interesting thing happened to me the other day. I was at a work lunch. Okay, it's a fairly nice place, like a fancy place. And we're eating lunch. I get my pasta, like my shrimp pasta. I finish the pasta. I drink way too much iced tea at lunch. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to use the restroom before we leave. And there's a guy right in front of me, of course. So, you just have that awkward, like, who's going to hold the door? Anyways, he grabs the door, pushes it open. We both walk into the bathroom at the same time. And then he turns around and he goes, wait a minute. Am I going to the bathroom with the Colorado Kid? Oh, so we just did the 2 urinal thing where I held him and he held me. And then we've bonded. So I've got a new subscriber and that happened. And then secondarily, there was another story that I got recently. I told you the wife and kids are out in San Diego visiting family. So my brother-in-law is a dental anesthesiologist. So he makes way more money than I do because I make nothing here. And so he was meeting with a client apparently, and this guy had to have some work done on his kid. And so Marco was giving him some pricing and whatever else. I don't know how it all boiled down, but the guy's like, oh man, dang, there goes my e-bike. And Marco goes, oh, do you mountain bike? Do you know the Colorado Kid? And the guy's like, the Colorado Kid? And so he goes like, yeah, dude, check it out. And so he starts showing him my videos. And my brother-in-law is like, I know, I've seen them all. But he's like, yeah, that's my brother-in-law. Anyways, 2 funny stories that happened basically within the same day, just kind of really random that's been going on. Can I tell you guys something else just completely stupid that I've done here while you guys are here and putting up with me? Okay, and then I'm going to catch up on chat. And then we got a lot of hijinks planned. Trust me, I've got I've reached out to a bunch of people. Okay, and so we hit 10,000, which is a cool milestone. So I reached out to some friends and I said, can you say a few kind words? And so I'm going to show that off here in a little bit. So you guys are going to appreciate this. You guys are going to dig it, but just stay tuned because it's coming up real fast. Okay, so. This is another foolish thing that I've done and why I'm not good with finances, but I'm good at like being mildly entertaining is so like, so when I invite guests on, there's a couple ways to do this. Okay. So normally if we do it live, it's very much easy because I could do it in Streamlabs and OBS, the software I can manage everything myself. Bing, bang, boom. That's easy. But to bring in people virtually in that is much harder because you have to do Skype and then you have to tie the Skype plugin into the windows and you've got to custom build your scenes. So what I do is oftentimes I come over to Streamlabs for these streams, okay, which is fine. If you guys don't know what that means, that's okay. But the point is, when you go into Streamlabs, okay, you have to There's a free way to do it, which means their logo is going to be up on the screen. Don't like it already. And you can only stream at 720p. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Okay. Very low resolution. So then I'm like, okay, let me upgrade to the week. I'm going to pay for a month. Okay. It's $25. And then that $25 gets you the ability to stream at a higher quality or whatever it was. So I was like, that's what it used to be. Apparently it's not anymore, because once I paid that, I went in to switch this to 1080p, which is higher quality streaming, because that's what I care about. And you got to go to the pro business plan now, and it's $50. $50. So what did I do? I'm in the hole on this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. So if the very least, if you can hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. I'm already like $50 in the hole in this live stream, and it's not looking good. It's just not looking good for me. These are the financial decisions I make on an everyday basis with this whole YouTube thing. So 10,000 subscribers and 20,000 on edge, whatever. It doesn't mean anything because I'm still in the hole. So what are you going to do? Oh my God. Yeah, he should ride a Yeti. He's a dentist, Brian. He says, does the brother-in-law ride a Yeti? No, he's not a big rider. I would like to get him into it. He's a surfer. So he's very athletic. He could totally handle it. Okay. Josh says, okay. Oh my God. What the hell? Okay. Viral video ID here. MTV YouTuber, West, East, Seth, View BKXC. Just having them all in there. Oh, I don't worry. You're going to see something tonight. It's going to blow your mind. Okay. It's not going to go viral, but it's going to blow your mind. No. So, okay. So, and another thing is, Henry War Within MTB says, have you put those brakes on yet? No. Okay. So in the last live stream, you guys are well aware that I got the Hayes brakes from Spartan Rides. They shipped them over to me. I've got them in a box, and they were sitting here. Now, here's why. Okay. I'm not procrastinating. Okay. It's because I have this brilliant vision of me actually documenting the brake install process. And to do that, I'm going to screw it up. So I need to go to the shop, Ride BSC, a couple guys out here that know how to work on bikes, and have them do it, which also means I need to do it on a day where they can be available, that I can film it and do all that stuff. And that's just held me up for weeks, because the only way to do this is on the weekends, and the weekends get filled up really fast with family stuff and everything else. So I'm totally screwed, man. I was hoping, because I was thinking maybe I could film it and make an actual YouTube video about it, because people are giving me crap for not releasing actual YouTube videos. I've been screwing around with the shorts and everything and the reels and everything, and it's been going really, really well. But I do want to make long form content too. But yeah, that's what's held me up. I was like, I want to document it all. But you have to understand, if you're in our position where we do, okay, which is totally ridiculous, and there's probably people in chat that totally understand this. When you do anything and you have to film it, it takes 4 times as long, because you've got to get multiple angles. You've got to switch the cameras on the fly, and you've got to do all this stuff, which just basically adds so much more time. So you're talking about I could install new brake pads, but if you're filming it, that's a 2-hour process, when normally it takes 10 minutes if you're just doing it normally, right? So I'm telling you, the plan is to get those brakes installed. I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to take them over there and just have them put it on, and I'm not going to film it, because I want to ride with them, especially if I go ride Downeyville and stuff like that. Oh, I want those new Hayes Dominion A4s on the bike. I'm telling you right now. Whoa, Mod Tomic is here. He says, relax. I'm here. Mod Tromic. I totally screwed that up, didn't I? Trail Vlogger says hello as well. Adam Mock says, coming in late, but congrats on the rise in numbers. Adam, appreciate you, man. Adam is doing an event out at Sky Park happening July 9th. He can correct me if I'm wrong. He may be able to describe it in chat better than I can, but from what I understand, it's not suicide prevention, but awareness and things like that, correct? And it's going to be a rad event, because Sky Park is incredible. If you guys are in the Southern California region and you haven't ridden Sky Park, what the hell are you doing? Just get off this live stream, go drive up there right now, okay? Even if it's closed, hop the fence and go ride it, okay? Trust me, it is the best. Adam, the place is going to be absolutely packed, dude. There's going to be no way that place isn't just swarming with people, because 1, the place is amazing, and then 2, it's a great cause, and you got a lot of great people coming over there. There's a possibility I'm going to be there, okay? But I don't know yet. I'm trying to make some numbers work and I'm going to figure it all out, okay? We're going to talk. You get with my agent, my manager, all that stuff. We're going to dial it all in. It's fine. Everything's under control. From Mexico, Adan. Is it Adan, or is it? You maybe correct me. Live from Mexico. Yeah. So I did a video in Mexico once, because I have my father-in-law, my mother, they're all from Mexico. So the best family in the world. We go out there and it's so cool. Everybody's so hospitable. It's one of my favorite places in the world. The food's incredible. The people are so nice. It's the best. Mexico is so cool. And it's a small town called Tzalatitan, which is in Jalisco, which is in Guadalajara. I forget how all the regions work. You probably understand better than I do. Oh, man, RC. I love RC. Where the hell is RC? He's too busy fly fishing, all right? He's forgotten about me. It's not true. It's not true. Think MTB says, congrats on the 10K shorts or full videos. Keep the content coming. Thank you. I do appreciate that. There's always that fine line because I do. Here's the thing that making the short form content has done for my psyche is that I can make them fast and I can have an idea and pop in my head and make it and get the point and make the joke. And then I can go relax and enjoy my kids and the family and like, you know, or something like, so I used to stay up until like midnight or 1 a.m. editing every night. And it's hard. I got to do it. You know what I mean? I still like it. So I got to do that. I've ranted about it plenty of times. There it is. Adamok. Yep. He's got it in chat. So you guys want to know about it. There you go. Okay. Very good. Yes. Good. Okay. So look, ladies and gentlemen, here's the deal. We've reached 10,000. Can you guys believe it? 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, 20,000 on IG. And I'm stoked you guys are here with me tonight. What I have done, and I'm glad that you guys are here for this because, prepare yourselves, okay? What I have done here, okay, is I have reached out to a lot of people, okay? A lot of big timers. And I promised you guys some cameos tonight, didn't I? Did I promise you? I'm going to fucking over deliver. And excuse my French, okay? But that I just had to be said, all right? It had to be said. I'm going to over deliver for you guys tonight. So here's what's happening. I haven't seen all these. They put them together real fast and I threw it together. Ladies and gentlemen, this is it. This is what we're here for. We're gonna start this evening off right. We're about 24 minutes in. I'm stoked you guys are here on a Friday night. I don't want to lose you. So here, guess what? This is what's happening. I reached out to them. I said, look, can you say some kind words about the Colorado Kid for reaching 10,000 subscribers, a major milestone on YouTube? And you know what these guys said? These guys said, absolutely. So strap in and get ready. Because here it is. This is the real. This is what it's come up with. They're going to say the best things about me, and I can't wait to see it. All right, let's go.
Okay, all right. Who's this for again? Who paid for this shout out? The Colorado kid? Is it Joel? Jostepher? All right, I mean, if you paid for the shout out, let's do it. Roll it now. Hey, Joel with the Colorado channel. I just wanted to congratulate you on 10 million Wait, what? How many zeros? Why is he be paying for a shout out? What is this? Hey, Jostepher with the Colorado channel. Just shouting you out. Wait, I'm not shouting you out. Wait, how many it's subscribers? YouTube? Is YouTube still a thing? Does he dance on TikTok? What? Oh, okay. All right. Do it live. No, I'm just playing, Joe. I'm totally a huge fan. Major congratulations to you on hitting a milestone I know you've always wanted to hit. I look fondly back on the day when we teased you about hitting 1,000 subscribers and shaving a dick in your beard, and you actually freaking did it. We get him to 1,000. He will do some funny facial hair.
I might even shave a penis into my beard if you get to 1,000.
We called you Dick Beard. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. Not yet.
I can't wait to see what you have in store. Congratulations, Jostepher.
A big congratulations to the Colorado Kid for hitting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. What are my numbers at right now?
473,000.
Oh, it's not a competition or anything. Congrats, Joe.
Wow, dude, 10,000 subscribers, man. This is absolutely mind-blowing. You're only about 20,000 followers away from the average 13-year-old on TikTok. 100K is coming right around the corner. All you gotta do is just continue on with your formula, keep copying my videos, and you're good to go. I wish the Colorado Kid from Cali nothing but the best. Make sure to subscribe to his page.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Congratulations on the new numbers for YouTube and Instagram. It's pretty good stuff. It's been great having you on the team, watching your stupid-ass Instagram reels and stuff. It's been super funny and entertaining. But the better question is, when are you going to tell your wife and kids about your following on porn?
Joe, my friend, known as the Colorado Kid, it's I, Josh, from the Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and I just want to say congratulations. You made it to 10,000 subscribers. You have tricked 10,000 people to follow your content, which is a huge accomplishment, and I'm super stoked for you. But in all seriousness, I'm actually surprised you got there, only because we all know I have the best mustache on YouTube. I'm just not so conceited that I have to like show it off in all my videos. like you do. And yeah, so we all know that like I handed it to you by shaving it, and we also know that 10,000 is like okay, but I think in the same amount of time, I think I got 100,000, which is an actual achievement worth celebrating. So yeah, have fun celebrating 10,000, and maybe one day you'll get to 100,000. That was a lie. I know you probably won't get there, but I hope you have a good time celebrating the way you do. I would be there, but I'm too busy spending all the money I got from being so successful. So have a good time, man, and congrats on 10,000. In the year 2090, I'll be there to celebrate 100. See you then.
Joe, I heard you hit 10,000 subscribers. That doesn't make what you did okay. The next time you touch Pupper Pip inappropriately, it's going to take 20,000 subscribers for me to forgive you. Just don't do it. I mean, you got to get permission to touch Pupper Pip. Now that you know that, I forgive you, and congratulations, Mustache Man. 10,000 subscribers, you earned it.
Hello there, Joseph. Paul the Punter here. Now, your family has asked me to pass on the message. Congratulations on 10,000 YouTube subscribers. It's a fantastic achievement, especially someone at your age. I'm sure there's a few kids at school, some of your friends that also have 10,000, and now you've finally caught up to them. It's a great start for just a very enthusiastic young YouTuber like yourself. Oh, they also mentioned it's been your birthday lately. You are 40 years old. You're 40 years old. What are you doing with your life, man? Like, come on. Literally kids can do this. I just like get some new priorities or something. Oh.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Joe. Glad you finally found a cure for that chronic diarrhea. Dude, that's not why we're congratulating Joe. He just hit 10,000 subscribers. Joe hit 10,000 people? No, his YouTube channel. There are 10,000 people who subscribe to it. Oh, so does he still have chronic diarrhea? Because that was nasty. Dude, he told us that in private. And he used a lot of our toilet paper when he was here. That bathroom's never going to be the same. Sorry, Joe, but... Dude, can we just congratulate Joe on 10,000 subscribers? Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Joe. Never trust a fart. What? I mean, just kind of, you should never... Just go.
What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert, and this is the... Dude, seriously? I'm trying to do a freaking intro over here. Huh? Who has 10,000 subscribers? Colorado Kid has 10,000 subscribers. What do you know? All that guy does is stupid dad jokes and plays with his mustache and diddly and plays the guitar with his stupid music and dancing on TikTok. I'm so sick of the freaking algorithm. I'm done with YouTube.
So, the Colorado Kid, aka Joe, aka Wish.com Burnt Reynolds, has finally hit 10,000 subscribers, which is no small feat considering how overly saturated YouTube is with a bunch of middle-aged men having midlife crisis on mountain bikes. So, yeah, definitely props to you, Joe. And you know, you did it without a lot of shout-outs from Brian, BKXC, which I found interesting considering that you were, friends growing up, until I realized you were probably the friend that he had to introduce to his girlfriend last to make sure she didn't get scared off. But that's just because of your huge personality. And, I look forward to making a collaborative video with you. It's just going to be the logistics of figuring out where to meet because, between your mustache and my beard, we can't go anywhere within a mile radius of any schools or playgrounds. So I'm sure we'll make it work, and we are going to make a fantastically mediocre mountain bike video sponsored by Squarespace. Congratulations, Joe.
Hello. Yes, I'd like to order 2 large pepperoni pizzas and a side of garlic knots and, wait, did I call the pizza shop? Who did I call? The Colorado Kid. Isn't that guy with the mustache who looks like a failed 1970s porn star? How do I even have your number? I'm just kidding. Congratulations, you handsome son of a bitch. 10,000 subscribers, not an easy thing to accomplish in the YouTube sphere. Happy for you. I don't understand what took so fucking long. It's not your fault. it's their fault. Why did it take so long for you guys to subscribe to the Colorado Kids channel? I don't know. Anyways, stoked to see your success on the YouTubes. You are hilarious. Love your work. Hope that we can do more collaborations together in the future. And yeah, congratulations on this milestone. 100,000 subscribers. Here we come.
Joe, my man, I heard you got like 1 million views on one of your TikTok videos, which is super impressive because I think you're the oldest person to ever log into TikTok. So congratulations on that. But seriously, I'm stoked to tune in for this 10,000 subscriber celebration. I'm honestly kind of surprised you got to 10,000 since you haven't made an actual YouTube video in like 6 months. So anyways, congrats to you and your wife on all of the success. Tell her I said hello and I dig her stash. It's almost as glorious as yours. Oh, time's up. You should have sprung for more than 20 seconds, cheap bastard.
You sons of bitches! God damn it. Did I just get roasted for 8 minutes straight? Did I just get roasted for 8 minutes straight? Is this what you came here for? To be entertained? You unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can you believe this? All right, look, I don't appreciate anybody in this industry anymore, right? I'm cutting off all ties. I'm telling you right now, I'm cutting off all ties with every one of you. All right? Completely out of control. Completely out of, look. Thank you guys for putting up with that. I'll put that highlight reel. You can rejoin the live stream at some point. I'll put the highlight reel. Thank you guys to everybody that recorded that. It spent days getting people to send me all that footage. And here's a little fun fact before we bring somebody into chat. Okay, here's a fun fact about that process. And here's how you know you're working with professional YouTubers. Okay. When I reached out to people, I said, look, here's the deal. All you got to do is send me a 30 seconds or less video. I'll put it together. Bing, bang, boom. We'll go there. How many of those were almost a minute? All right. These gallivanting pompous bastards decided to roast me for a full minute apiece. Anyways, that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. All right, there you go. Look, ladies and gentlemen, I promised you guys at some point tonight we would get a live report from the Bentonville Bike Festival. I've got a reporter in the field, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about other stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, this particular individual, okay, is ready for anything, okay? This particular individual could possibly arrest you at any moment with a stash like this, okay? I guarantee it. And we're going to get a report on Bentonville and all things hilaritude. That's about to happen right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live stream for the first time ever, Jess the Mustache.
What's up?
Yes.
Reporting from bed.
Yes.
It's like my bedtime, you know? I like to go to bed at a good time on a Friday night.
Yeah, but when I reached out to you, I was like, what kind of wonky time zone are you in? I know West Coast time zone, that's it. And like even the Pacific and whatever else, I can't figure out daylight savings time. When you have to put PST versus PDT or whatever, I screw it up 87% of the time.
Yeah. And then Arizona knows where it's at because they just have gotten rid of time. They just don't follow the whole, the daylight savings time.
Yeah, what the hell is everybody else doing? Why are we not following this? Why are we doing daylight savings time? We're not a bunch of farmers, despite the navel oranges on my shirt that says otherwise.
I believe they're getting rid of it though. The daylight savings. I believe that was like a thing that Congress. I think I might have made that up. But I think
it's gone to a vote or something. But who the hell knows what's going to happen? Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know who Jess is, what are you doing? All right, on Instagram, she's absolutely hilarious. She's got a mustache that challenges mine, and she's here tonight. This is something we've been meaning to do for a while, and I'm stoked she was able to jump in live from Bentonville. Look, I understand it is mighty sweaty out there. Is that true?
It is very hot. My mustache kept falling off. So yeah, it's sweaty. It's in the 90s, but people are still having a good time, getting out for some rides and just having a blast. It was awesome today when you could find shade.
My understanding is Bentonville is like extremely, extremely dense in like just trail systems everywhere. Have not been there. Again, I'm very well aware of the fact that I know very little about anything in between the United States. I don't know anything. I don't even know Bentonville lies somewhere in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's So Bentonville's northwest Arkansas. I call it it's like the northwest of the South.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I can get on
And
board with
so,
that.
yeah, yeah, it's beautiful here. You'll have to come and ride, come and visit. Is my mustache crooked?
Is mine? What the hell?
I don't know. I don't. Mine doesn't. My one side doesn't want to stay. How do you keep yours so groomed so nicely?
It's just, you gotta have a switchblade, comb like this. That's what you gotta do.
Man. Oh, how did you just pull that out of nowhere? Okay, so need a switchblade.
Wait,
I'm
you
just
don't
learning
have a
these things.
switchblade? Yeah, this is actually if
No.
I was to create merchandise, something like this might be on the table because
I actually
don't wanna-
think it's a great idea.
I know I don't want but you'd have to have a mustache for it. So unfortunately, I'd limit my audience quite a bit. There goes my female demographic. All right, Jesus.
I'm trying to bring it out. I'm trying to encourage other women to try it. It's, I tried to eat a cookie and some stuff got stuck in there, and I was like,
Yeah.
this mustache problems.
You're familiar with the phrase, like the saying for that, right? Flavor savings.
Oh, flavor savers, you little save it.
Yeah. When I used to have a beard, as the old crashing dad alluded to on the on that little roast that just happened of me. I used to have a beard, and always there would just be little things that you could just snack on. If you like, that's the perfect trail snack. Other than chamois butter popcorn, you could just pop a
There you
few
go.
little snacks from the beard and the mustache, and you're good to go.
Perfect.
You don't even need any electrolytes.
No, you just kind of lick the mustache, and you're like, salty.
You're good to go. You're good to go. Have you run into any famous people other than yourself out at the Bentonville Bike Festival?
Yeah. So I saw Carson Storch from afar, which is really exciting. Annika Beerton is a pro rider. She lives here though in Bentonville, and I got the chance to ride with her a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. And I do know some fellow YouTubers are in town. We've got Kyle and April. I haven't met them yet in person. Want to meet them. Yeah, so there's still a lot of people, and Christian Pepper, who rides, does a lot of stuff for Zoic.
Oh yeah, he works with Zoic. Yeah, yep.
And so some cool people in town for sure. But I don't. It's a big event for sure. People will have to come check it out. Maybe when it's less hot next time.
It's a radtacular extravaganza. Have you been to the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival?
Oh yes, actually, I was at the Super Spreader COVID Sedona Mountain Bike Fest in I guess I would have been 2020, right? Like March 2020.
That might have been the last year that I hadn't been to, because they have done two since then. There was one in November and then one in March. Those are the ones I've been to. Yep. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, so that's the last one I have been to, but I'll have to definitely add it back to the list to get out there for. I don't know. Are they going to keep doing that in the spring now?
Here's what I will say. The one in March, the weather was a little dicey. Okay, the one in November was absolutely perfect. Now that's questionable. That could change any weather is the way it is, right? But it's funny because the one that you talk about, the one that happened, the Super Shredder event, that was when everything got shut down. I remember that specifically because I was actually in Phoenix at the time, and I didn't realize how cool the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest. I was still pretty early on in my riding career, is what I'm calling it. And we were doing the broadcast for the A's. We were at spring training.
Oh, nice.
And the first day that we were out there, they basically said, all right, we were in the locker room. By the way, okay, as a side note, why is it that guys just whip their junk out in the locker rooms any moment they can? All right, anyways, it was a surprise to me, okay? We're standing there like doing interviews with people, and it's just like, like off screen, like, okay, all right, sorry. And so anyways, we're down there. The first day we can get into the locker room just fine. The next day, they're like, nobody's going to the locker room anymore. We're shutting everything down. So it was like the moment when everything started hitting. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I do remember. And then, I definitely, it was a great event. And then everyone kind of went home like sick. So
yeah,
not a great way to end it, but yeah, things shut down pretty fast after that.
It's so weird. It's so weird. So Jess, at what point did you realize that you wanted to be an international superstar? Huh? Yeah.
I don't think I ever really wanted to be an international superstar. I let the weird out, and I enjoy being funny, and 20% battery. Oh no. Hold on.
What kind of rookie doesn't have her phone on a charger?
I'm learning. I'm still learning.
I thought you were a professional. You got to spend at least $20,000 in equipment. All right. Like,
dude,
can't you, like, you just
gotta
really commit.
Setup? Did you see
What?
my fan setup? My cool tripod fan. I know I'm learning the ways. I'm trying to learn from all y'all that are so great at doing that kind of thing. And I am starting to post some stuff to YouTube. I'm a YouTube baby. So,
I've been trying to
getting
convince
there.
Jess to get in the game. I mean, realistically, it's like, hey, just start doing shorts. Eventually, if you come up with a good long form idea or something like that, or you want to document an event or whatever, let's just get involved. Just dabble. Just dabble a little bit. Just start establishing yourself in the space, because I think you're going to do really well.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No, it's funny because like you talk about the idea of like, we joke about spending tons of money on equipment. We all do it, but it's like, it's not necessary. I've always been a big proponent of the idea that content is king. It's funny that I spent a lot of the time learning how to use all this really expensive equipment, shoot really fancy videos. And then it wasn't until I started shooting stuff on my phone like an idiot out in the middle of nowhere, and people will drive, people riding by like, why is there this dude digging in his pants for popcorn? Like that stuff, And this, and then it's all millions of views. It's like, well, I mean, it's not. Content is king. As long as you make something that's good, people will jump in and get involved.
Yeah, and now that it's like our business. Like I could write off this mustache. Like I could write off weird thing, like the things I had in my Amazon cart the other day. Some weird stuff. Write off.
I ran into, by the way, as a side note, because we talk about business stuff, I ran into, when I was out at the Prescott Whiskey Off-Road, I ran into somebody from Cosmic Dirt, and I can't remember her name. She was a rep.
Nice.
And I was like, hey, by the way, Jess the Maker is the greatest. I don't know what I said. I probably just said something really cool about you. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to let her know they made a good choice. That's all.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, they're great. I almost lived in Prescott, actually.
I didn't realize how much of a old school, well, not country town, but how much of an old school like Wild West town it was.
Yeah, like saloons. They have the straight up like doors, and the little what are those saloon doors that open like the Wild West. But did you know that it's actually considered the Christmas city of Arizona?
What does that mean? What is a Christmas city?
I don't know.
That's where everybody buys their presents.
That's where Arizona Santa lives.
Oh, good. Yeah, that is the only cold place in Arizona. God.
Yeah, they have trees, I guess. So I guess that's like where people from Arizona go to get their Christmas. I mean, Flagstaff has trees too, but
I guess that's technically true, right? Because most of the places you go to Arizona, it's all just cactus. I remember going to ride Phoenix, and that was the first time I'd ever been in a desert with real cactus, and it blew my mind. I felt like I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. You know? And I know that we're both old enough to get that reference, and anybody in chat probably is too. It's a Bugs Bunny reference. Anybody?
No, I'm young.
We're all young and hip. That's why I'm on the TikTok.
That's why I'm on the TikTok too.
That's the first.
I try to be on the TikTok, but
it's so hard to manage all platforms, right? It's like, and it's interesting because like it is a much younger demographic on TikTok. It's only like comments where you're like, you might be too old to be on this platform. I'm like, I'm gonna give it a go anyways. Let's see how it works.
Yeah, why not?
I just whip out my binoculars. It's creepy. It's like, it's fine. Everything's fine.
I think it'll be great.
So how far are you guys from Bentonville? Was it a long drive?
No, we live like 15 minutes from downtown. We live in Bella Vista, and we have trail. Like I don't even have to pedal out my driveway. I can just roll down onto a trail. This is why we wanted to live here. Just the access to trails is just crazy, and it's definitely raised. Like the prices are going up quite a bit, but it's definitely a lot cheaper than a place like the Front Range or Bellingham or Sedona. Like it's definitely a more affordable mountain bike town, compared to a lot of places in the US. But just the trail access and everything is so awesome. Yeah.
So just you just gotta put up with my stupidity a little bit. Bentonville's the town that Walmart's all about, right? Is that where is that Bentonville? Okay, all right. So when you move there, do you get like a Walmart Plus subscription immediately?
Well, can I just say that the Walmarts here, at least the ones in Bentonville, like they're like nice. There's one downtown Bentonville. It's like a Whole Foods, and I'm like, I don't think that this is the same experience.
Yeah.
All over the place.
No,
I've been to other Walmarts. I lived in an RV for a while, and so there's some Walmart parking lot experiences for sure. But yeah, this is where the Walton family, they're like, you could still go and tour the Five and Dime that they own downtown, and it's a museum now. I still haven't actually gone to that, but it's right downtown.
I know for a fact that Brian Kennedy and Paul the Punter were in here. Both have slept in Walmart parking lots, guaranteed. Guaranteed. I don't even know that. I don't know, man. I don't think I could do the van life thing. People always talk about they glamorize the van life thing, but like, I don't know if I could sleep in parking lots. am the lightest sleeper ever. Like if like a wind blows a curtain, I wake up or something, right? Like, so can you imagine me like sleeping in a parking lot with people just walking by or whatever? No, I would just wouldn't sleep. I would never sleep ever.
Yeah.
I'd have to go to just
if you're a
deserted
light
areas and
sleeper.
risk being murdered.
Yeah. No, the parking lot. I think it's actually your risks of being murdered are higher in the Walmart parking lot than than like BLM land, probably, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe they
So,
offer
yeah.
like coupons for like murders, like 20% off murder tonight. So you like you just stab you a few times. Could that be
Free with
possibly?
your Walmart Plus subscription.
Anything is possible.
man.
Anything is possible.
Anything's possible. Well,
So wait, you've got-
before. Wait, I want to. So you're asking me all these things. I feel like I need to congratulate you on your
Yeah,
10,000
yeah, that's
YouTube
what I'm here for.
subscribers.
Let's talk about me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just want to say congratulations. That's awesome. And you're over 20 on IG. I got some catching up to do. I gotta like get my crap together. But yeah, congrats, man. That's awesome. I'm wearing this mustache in your honor. This is like, I was like, I need to like get my act together and like start to do something that really like stands out.
It's
You've
funny
obviously-
all
yeah. You've
It's
caught
funny how-
on to something.
I know. You know what? Here's the funny thing. Here's the best part. And I'm going to put these glasses on real quick once again just to prove my point. All right. Look, here's the deal. Top Gun is now Tom Cruise's greatest performance, not performance, but like greatest financially. What am I trying to say? It is the biggest box office hit in his career. We're talking about a guy who's been in the business for 80 years. Okay. It's got to be close to 80. It's you know, somebody can look it up on the Google. Somebody in
Scientology
chat.
keeps him young. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. The aliens are keeping him young. Look, you know, Scientology or not, Top Gun is the biggest thing to hit the world this year, last year, whatever. So now mustaches are getting cool again, and I don't appreciate it because here's what's going to happen. Here's what happened when I got the beard, Jess. All right. Here's what happened. Everybody called me a hipster because I had a beard, but I had a beard way before everybody who was a hipster had a beard. And now I've had a mustache for many years, and everybody's going to be like, look at this guy jumping on the bandwagon. And here we go again. We're going around in circles.
Yeah. You're a trendsetter. That's what, you know, you got me. Well, see, you're setting trends.
How long did it take you to grow that, by the way?
Just a couple days.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
For Amazon to get here. Yeah, I have Prime, so 2 days.
Oh, you're not on that one day? Oh, dang. They don't get that one day out there?
No, Bentonville, we out in the middle of nowhere. Not in the middle of nowhere, but it definitely takes a little longer here than some other places. But yeah.
All right, so we're going to talk about a couple other things. One, you haven't been mountain biking that long, right? Have you? Like, when did you guys like?
I've been mountain biking for 10 years.
10 years? You've been mountain biking longer than me.
Yeah, I've been mountain biking for 10 years. It's my 10-year mountain bike anniversary.
Wow.
This year.
Like,
Yeah.
like legitimately mountain biking, or like, was it like, so
Yeah.
for example, here, let me give you an idea. Like I used to have this specialized like hardtail. It was a fork up front. It was nothing. It was like an $800 bike, whatever it was. I would just go ride casual trails, but I didn't know what like real mountain biking. Like now that I like, oh, we're going down. None of that. It was like very casual cruise. Right. So like you're talking about 10 years, like how many of those years were the casual cruise years?
Well, so I guess then my casual cruise years were since I was, a kid, because I always had a bike.
Overachiever.
Yeah. And then my ex-partner got me into mountain biking. He's a phenomenal mountain biker, but I was like, hey, that looks like I might want to try that. That looks fun. So we borrowed a hardtail, 2 sizes too large for me. It was like a giant, I don't even remember what giant bike it was, but it was like 2 sizes too large, and I wasn't even on an actual mountain bike trail the first time. I was just like, we were like on the way to the trail, and it was like an ATV path, like a double track, and I just grabbed a fistful of front brake and flew off the bike, and I was like, okay, so I wasn't like totally in love with it at first, but yeah, I just kept doing it. So I think, yeah, I have been mountain biking 10 years. I feel like I should be better than I am, though.
Don't we all? Don't we all? You know, it's funny because like I think the majority, like it's funny. I don't think I've heard anybody's like how I got into mountain bike story that's like a happy ending. It's always like, okay, so like I remember I told him it's the story many times. So I'm just gonna breeze right through it. Brian Kennedy, his first suggestion was for me to go to Tahoe and ride my mountain bike that I bought. All right, so Tahoe is already at 7,000 feet elevation. I'm not in shape. All right, I'm barely in shape now, let alone then. You know, so I go up and I'm just about to throw up on the climb. It's just now that punishment. I think it weeds some people out, right? It's like sifting through gold in the river, and then all of a sudden the little gold nuggets pop through, and that's us. We're the gold nuggets, you know? And so we've decided to really adopt and just live in the sport. So there we are. So I don't know if I've heard anybody's like, oh, I went on this great little ride where I just had the best time. I haven't heard that story yet, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. It is very challenging, and it does. I don't know. The challenge is what keeps a lot of people coming back if they're up for it, you know? But yeah, there were a lot of bad. Most of my incidents in the first couple of years were just due to the fact that I rode clipless pedals, and I was like, that's what everyone did, right?
Yeah.
So I started on those, and I was like, what? And then I realized, oh, I don't have to ride these. I could ride flats.
Yeah.
So,
See, I started on flats. So I've told this story before too, but like when I got into mountain biking, like I didn't know that I thought, okay, here's an example. I thought you just bought a bike. Like when you bought a bike, it was all there. What I didn't realize is that buying a bike was like, oh, you could buy the frame, you could buy like everything was individual. Didn't have any clue, right? So like when I build a PC, like wait a minute, hold on, I'm gonna get this right. Hold on.
I see it. Yeah.
Yeah. That was perfectly executed. I'll edit it out in post. It's fine. So when you build a PC, it's the same thing. You put all the components together. Like what I've learned is that building a bike is very much like building a PC. You're like, oh, you start with the frame and all that stuff. I still don't want to do that. Like I now it's funny because I'm dangerous because I actually know about parts. But it's to me, I was just like, oh, you buy a bike and it all comes together. That's not true. Not at all.
Not true. And if you do buy a complete build, guess what? They're not going to put pedals in there. They're not going to get pedals with that.
That's the craziest thing I've ever heard. When I bought this Santa Cruz Bronson that I got used, I reached out to a guy on like Facebook Marketplace or something, and I was like, okay, I'm scrounging up dollars. I'm selling stuff. So I can afford it. It's like $2,600. It's mind-bogglingly expensive. And I was like, okay, I think I can make this work. I'll meet you up there. I'm really excited to get a hold of this bike. And he goes, by the way, pedals aren't included. I'm like, how are you going to ride the bike?
Yep.
I gotta, what? It's like, so it's just crazy.
It's BYOP. You got to bring your own pedals.
It's just crazy. I could go off all day long and talk about how the mountain bike industry has gotten way too complicated for its own good. It's not like not inclusive or exclusive, but it's like it's so far gone. And there's so many people that are involved with it that like because they know want to shut you down like real hard. And I think that's a culture that like needs to. There's plenty of people that aren't. But you've seen it, I've seen it, where people are like, actually, you know what I mean? Where it's like,
actually,
actually, it's not a front fork, it's a fork. It's like, you didn't really need to correct me, you know? It's like, you get the point, right?
Exactly. Yes. Well, I love that. I love that. Yeah, to combat that, and I think that's something that I really like about your content too. Is you make things that people can relate to, and just makes light out of things that I don't know. I think that humor can connect with a lot of people in different ways, and people that don't even, I don't know if people reach out to you, but people reach out to me. They're like, I don't need a mountain bike. I think your stuff's really funny. And I think that's cool because it's an entryway into, they didn't even know about mountain biking before this. And now maybe they'll get interested in it, you know?
You can bridge the gap, and like that's huge. I like the idea of bridging gaps between, and like how many people wouldn't have known about this sport if it weren't for people like Brian and Paul and some of those big timers that like put content out on the internet for people that maybe didn't know a lot about the sport, and then they come across this video or whatever, and they go, "That actually looks pretty cool." It's life changing. I've told that story before. We could tell it, over and over again, but it's like, it's such a life-changing experience for me to like start mountain biking, got me back into kayaking and fishing and doing all this other stuff. And, so anyways, there's somebody back in the back of the stage here that's going to jump in with us. Who's, he's very good looking, this guy. And, I think he lives in Quebec, somewhere in Canada. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe you can correct me. Paul, how are you?
I'm sorry, the good looking guy just left. He was totally here. Like I told you, I'm so sorry. I've got that guy. He's going to be here, but he left.
That's a good looking mic you got there, Paul.
Yeah, Joe, this is pretty so Jess, Joe got me this microphone right here.
Oh, that's awesome.
but and so I'm obviously indebted to him. So now I have to come in every time.
Oh, so that was a strategic move. He got you that microphone, so you had to come to the live. Like, you had to come to the celebration. Where's my microphone? I didn't get one.
Oh, you've got to do so much more. You got to do so much more than you can't just put on a mustache. Like you got to keep his home. You got to look after his kids.
Mustache. Can I love it. Yes.
Wait, did I say it weird? Is that is this another thing I've said different?
No, I like accents, so I'd like to. No, you didn't.
That's
say
an
weird.
accent thing, is it?
Can I tell you a story? Wait, hold on. I got to tell you a story about when Paul came to town. All right, every single restaurant that we went to eat at, everybody's like, "Oh, that's a quaint mustache." Or no, sorry, now I'm distracted by the mustache. Sorry, they're like, "What accent is that?" I feel like I wish Paul would have come up with a different answer every time because he just had no patience for it whatsoever. How often do you get that, Paul? Just in the United States, is it just nonstop? Where's that accent from?
It's. Do you know? Okay, let's do a tier list. Right, this is the thing that we do on the internet. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got to say, most annoying is being called Australian. That's probably ranked number one. Doesn't compare. And actually, to kind of have like a bonus worst thing, if you like, it's when they say, "Where in Australia are you from?" Like they don't even say, "Oh, are you Australian?" I go, "Oh no." They're like, "Oh, where in Australia are you from?" I'm like, no, stop it. But yeah, like it's and I think I've actually had this joke with other like English people and Australian people, funnily enough. But like when they say, "Oh my God, you have an accent," I'm like, "What do you think you sound like?" Like, holy shit. So Jess, when I go into coffee shops or whatever, and they're like, "What's the name on this coffee?" And I have to go, Paul. Because if I just go up and say, "Oh, it's Paul," they're like, "Coffee for Paul."
Paul.
It's like, no, that's not a freaking name, is it? Like, idiot. Do you know what I mean? Like, you guys, Jess, Joe, easy.
Yeah.
God, it's
Well,
freaking annoying. Anyway, that's the worst.
My mom is from South Korea. I was made in Korea and born in the USA. And so my mom and my dad is from the US originally, and my dad doesn't talk very much, and my mom was learning English when she first came to the States. And so for the first like 5-6 years of my life, as soon as I could talk, I had pretty much I had like an accent. My mom and I would talk to each other like almost in our own little dialect, and I had to go to speech therapy. But like when I was a kid.
Oh, elocution lessons?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
I did. And so, but if I'm around my mom, or if I'm on the phone with her, it comes back. And so, don't worry. I have an accent.
Yeah, I have the same thing. But so, how familiar are you guys with Lord of the Rings?
I've seen all 3 extended versions multiple times. Does that make me like knowledgeable enough?
Could have just said very. Could have just said very.
Very. I went to all opening nights. And
hold on, can I recreate this?
I stalked Peter Jackson for the first 3 years. So.
Let me recreate the scene when Frodo and Sam first meet. I'm gonna act it out right now. Just
please. Actually, this is amazing.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually know how to do that. Okay, it's fine.
Well, now I'm just disappointed, and so is Jess. Like
I know. I'm kind of sad.
Anyway, but I talked like Sam and Frodo. Well, not Frodo so much. Sam definitely. Like my accent when I was growing up was very much this the whole time. Like I'd be talking. You guys can't tell a difference, can you? Classic.
No, I can.
You just sound the same. Yeah. Same to me.
But yeah, my mum was going to send me to elocutions for that because I had like this West Country farmer accent, and I'm just I love the idea of my mum and your mum like bonding over like, oh, my kid has terrible accent, and she's like, yeah, we just moved to this other side of the world, and my mum was like, yeah, he doesn't sound posh enough. Like I gotta get it out of him. Like,
yeah,
classic.
Here's a fun story when Paul came over and hung out, by the way. Like we jumped into the VR headset and we went into Google Earth and we had just the funnest time. Amazing. Like because we went in with the Oculus and he gave me a tour of where he grew up and some of the towns, and it was like that was one of the coolest pieces of tech. It's like so weird. And this happened once with my mother-in-law also for a town in Mexico. She showed me Salatitan. We jumped in to Google Earth and you can walk the streets of where you grew up. And it's like such a cool experience because it helps you understand, like when people say like, hey, I'm from this place and you see it, you're like, it brings so much perspective. And I thought it was really interesting. It was a fun thing that we did. We were there for like an hour and a half, Paul. I'm
I
really
could
ashamed
have
of that.
I could have done more. I could have literally been there.
I don't
all
know
night.
if I could. Yeah.
I know, it's so boring. I was like, do you know what, Jess? At one point, Joe walks in, and I'm like, it's like I've been watching porn or something. What I was doing was going around the golf course that I grew up on at home, going hole by hole. It's like, wow, look at this. This is so cool. And then he comes in, and he's like, oh, hey, Paul. I'm like, oh. I'm looking at porn.
Yeah, I'm looking at porn. The trick with VR is when anybody's using a VR headset, you have to walk in as quietly as possible. You can't let them know you're there. So as soon as you say something, they're like, what the hell? Like, yeah.
Freak out. Yeah.
Because imagine this.
Yeah, literally, this is a reenactment, if you like. Not as good as Lord of the Rings, but this will do.
Oh, Sam, this is, my name is Frodo, and I'm coming to save you from the rings and the lords, you know? It's like that. And then, like, he sneaks in. Is it? Oh, hey, Paul, you're still there? I didn't know. Sorry.
Oh, he's frozen.
Sorry, frozen.
Yeah.
When can we talk about TikTok? Because this is all I really care about nowadays. Like,
Okay, let's talk.
I had
Jess,
Oh!
What?
That would be a great TikTok podcast name. Let's talk. Oh my God, does it exist? I'm gonna look.
Wait, Jess, before we get into Paul's story, Jess, tell him, wait, I'm going to point to you directly.
Yeah.
Tell him your idea for TikTok.
Well, okay, so I can't take the credit. My good friend Devin.
No, this is Colorado Kid rule number 37. Always take credit. Go for it. Go ahead. Always.
Well, we were talking how much, and I don't know if this is a problem where y'all are, but here in Arkansas and where I grew up in the Northeast, ticks are a problem. They are disgusting, and they latch onto you, and they suck on your blood, and then
Give you Lyme disease.
Yeah, and they give you all sorts of
Yeah.
diseases. Anyway, or they can give you all sorts of diseases. But my friend Devin, she moved here from Oregon, so we're both newly transplants here in Bentonville, and she had said, I just hate that I don't know anything about like ticks and what to do, prevention, all this stuff, how to remove them. And she's like, we should do a TikTok, and it would be a talk about ticks. I don't know, would like 3 people come to that, or would there be people that would actually want to come to that? But we want to do a TikTok.
Oh, as in like, oh, not an account. I was like, I bet that exists. I bet it exists at this point. But get this, Let's Talk, the podcast doesn't exist. Just want to put that out there.
Like TOK?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you not get that the first time?
No, I can't understand your accent, Paul.
Buy that domain name, hurry.
Let me ask you a question. Does
.net.
Does the Joey podcast exist? Is that a thing, or is that like?
Well, you're freaking on it. You tell me. Have you done anything about it? No. So
look, Jess, let me tell you a story. He's extra sassy. All right. So he invited me to jump on his the Joey podcast. I'm like, absolutely. My name's Joe. It makes a lot of sense. 100%. I'll take over in no time. And then we never did an episode ever again.
No, because I rumbled your queue. I rumbled your queue immediately. Like your plan that you just said, I had already known that was going to happen. So I was like, do you know what? We'll just stop doing it. And then he can't take over. So
damn it.
I'm 2 steps ahead of you, young Joe.
We're like Frodo and Sam. You know, that's like there's a lot of metaphors in that story.
Well, one of them was for sure 2 steps ahead of the other one by virtue of like single track. Like they couldn't walk side by side, could they? So. Yes! Oh God, you're so good. You were like, I'm gonna hold on.
Yeah.
Not gonna laugh.
Perfect.
But back to TikTok. Can we just talk? Jess, I had a look at some of your Talkity ticks.
Yep.
It's very impressive. How did you do?
I have like 65 followers.
Oh well, Reels, TikTok, same.
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah, However, Reels. TikTok, the algorithm is way better. We'll get onto that, but I want to ask you some questions. Wait, so you don't just upload these Reels onto TikTok?
I just started. Okay. Callie
now,
by the way, I did, and I got in her case about YouTube too. I was like, start putting them in as shorts. It's no extra work, and you might start gaining an audience to start, and then you can build from there. It's a no-brainer.
Obviously, and I think there's actually
yelling at me.
There is a He yells at everyone, especially his family.
What are you talking about?
So there is an app that you can download your reels without the watermark on.
Oh shoot! Yeah, what is that?
Yeah. I don't know what it's called. You have to pay for it, but it's probably worth it. So I don't know if you saw. I did a video with this van life TikTok girl called Quinn, and she had like 380,000 followers or something on TikTok, like massive, but she couldn't upload reels onto her Instagram account. Literally insane. Yeah. So we had like the same amount of Instagram followers.
Yeah.
And then one day she's just like, "Oh, I can upload reels now. I'm going to go and check how many Instagram followers she has." Because, what she did, she downloaded stuff from her TikTok, found this thing that you could download it without a watermark on.
Without the watermark.
And then, yes, she is currently on, what's she got here? 218,000 on TikTok, on Instagram. 218,000. And she was on the same as me, like a year and no. It was months. It was months, wasn't it? It's like 8 months. 8 months ago.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, she just went, "Oh, cool! I can upload reels now." And then, easy day.
As soon as you realize that's all Instagram cares about is reels, that's all they will market, then you can start to gain a following.
Yeah. Do you know? I was just thinking about this today. Actually, have you noticed how the thing that Instagram was is now the least important thing of Instagram?
I know. It was all photo based, wasn't it?
Right. And then they were like, "Oh, Snapchat. Like, let's just do that." And TikTok. Let's just do that. Oh, but do you know what they didn't get? They didn't get IGTV. What a flop that was. Huge flop. Let's get long videos. People want to do this for like ages. No, they don't.
Yeah, I don't. IGTV.
RIP IGTV.
Heard it here first. All right. So tell me, what are your favorite TikToks? I got to find new ones. Yeah.
Oh. Have you seen the one with it's like this woman and her dog and they have the filter? It's like, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like, I'll just pull it up. It's absolutely ridiculous, but you just can't stop laughing.
What Paul wants you to say is PDUSA.
PDUSA.
Have you seen his stuff?
I need to follow. No. What?
Oh my God!
We'll send it to you. We'll send it to you. Don't you worry.
Send me a link.
He's a genius of our time, really. Like I don't even have the words to express how good this guy is at just coming up with situational, just comedy in general, and it's like not the production because it's like most of it's filmed on his phone, right? So like, what's the production? But it's more the I almost want to say like choreography of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's so perfect and so well done.
If you guys in chat haven't followed PD, I think it's _USA on TikTok. Also, he's on Instagram. But like the inspiration from the old MXXY drink little Camelback. It's not a Camelback. It's MXXY's hydration pack. Inspiration was that style was inspired by PD, like having multiple versions of himself, different characters, all that stuff. In fact, there's people in the comments like, "Oh, this guy's copying PD." I'm like, have you guys been to the internet before? Like
that is such a compliment. That is such. If people are saying that, like that's actually amazing. You should be like, awesome.
And you have to take into consideration that so for example, like this is something that we run into all the time. It's like imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? Like when you see somebody do something similar to what you've done, or you do something similar to something that you've like look up to, it's like all that is one shared pool of creativity, and you can take something and do it your own way, and it's unique because like. It's funny because Instagram as a whole, it like genuinely wants you to do the same thing everyone else does. It's very trend heavy. So like, for example, if you make trending audio and do the same thing everybody else is doing, but with a new little title on, like they reward that versus like what we do, which is much harder, which is creating our own stuff, right? Like we're creating unique takes on content and things. So it's like we've got a little bit of a harder road, but it's successful because most people are just taking the trending song and using the same thing that everybody else is doing, and then they just get views from that. But like we're taking the harder route, but I think it's the better route because people understand our senses of humor. They learn to appreciate us, right? Is that right? Would you guys agree?
Well, art imitates art. That's the classic phrase,
Yeah.
isn't it?
That's
But I
exactly
mean,
right.
TikTok. I mean, literally, how many Tonight shows are there?
Yeah,
50.
Yeah,
a lot.
What? And they're all called the Tonight Show as well. Like, but no one's like, oh my god, they're copying.
yeah, exactly.
That's what that audience is like.
It's like the same thing too, where like Jimmy Fallon or whatever comes up with we're gonna make our guests do this weird little bit. It's gonna be so funny. And when that first started, it was funny because it was unique. And now like everybody's making their like. Imagine you're a celebrity like me, like Jess, like Paul, right? Everybody in chat, not you guys, us, okay? Because we're on the screen, all right. But imagine like you get invited to a show and the guy's like, "Hey, can you juggle a couple bananas for us, like for this bit?" And be like,
Yeah.
you're like, come on, like Tom Cruise, like got to juggle bananas for this show. Like, how much is he getting paid to do that? Like, and more importantly, like, how demeaning is it? Like, come on, like these guys have gone too far with their bits. Look, so Jessica, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get some tonic water out of the fridge, and we're gonna need a golf club and a couple watermelons, and we're gonna. I need you to do something for me. So just go ahead and get that, and Paul and I will talk.
All right. Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
If she actually got it though, it's like, oh, but look, the TikTok the creator instinct, like, oh, I've got to go. I must have some kind of cut to.
You like that hand cut?
Wait,
Yeah.
this is the classic crashing dad. Where's the lens cap? Quick!
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Do you know Shane actually almost pushed my camera off the cliff at the top of Captain Ahab when I made a
Who
video
did?
with him? Shane, the crashing dad. Literally.
Oh.
If you look in the video, I don't know if I think I actually cut it out because I was so annoyed at the time that he tried to do it. I was like, why would you do this? Like, what point did I give you that direction? No, whatever. But literally, his hand like reaches over and just like almost literally shoves the camera out of my hand down a cliff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Paul, where are you located? Are you? You're not-
I'm in I was going to say
Squamish?
various. Yeah, Squamish. I was going to say one of the many nicknames that we have here, but we don't do that anymore around here. So
Oh no.
I'm not going to do that.
Not go. Oh, okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
love
This is
Squamish.
I'll do one. I'll do one. Squamtanamo Bay. That was my favorite one.
Guantanamo Bay.
Oh my god.
Someone I used to live with just sent me a text like, "Hey, when are you getting back to Guantanamo Bay?" And I'm just like, "Holy crap, that's amazing."
Now this is another
that's
place
where
that
I am.
I got a tour of virtually via the old VR headset. We went into Squamish.
Oh, yeah.
What I
You
didn't
need to
realize
get
about
out there.
What I didn't realize about Squamish is like, you know, I could basically say that I've been there now, but there's two giant like mountains into the town or whatever, right? Like it's like this encompass
Yeah.
world-class riding that Paul no longer does because he's not a big fan of mountain biking right now.
I'm working on projects. Thanks, Joe.
I know. You guys are gonna love what he's working on, by the way. It's it's
We just,
Are you
I
making
just,
a new device to ride? It's not a mountain bike. Is that what
no, I'm just working on a movie right now,
A
but it's been
movie?
and it's like I've been kind of creatively crippled in many ways because it's all I want to do and I don't want to do anything else. I just want to make this movie.
Ooh.
So, and the problem is Scott, who is very well known. Oh,
Yep.
It's given that you listed maybe 3 professional riders before, I can actually ask you this, Jess. So Scott has done a whole bunch of really well done videos. He made a bike movie a few years ago called Builder, which was pretty well known. And then he did a really good one with Bryn Atkinson that was like
Oh,
in
yeah.
the Sherlock Holmes style.
Uh-huh.
You know Sherlock Holmes like
Yeah.
acts out the fight before and then he does it. Yeah, he made that bike movie, that bike video.
Mhm.
But yeah, I said to him like, I had all this content budget that I'd forgotten to use, and then I was like, can I just spend it all on one thing? And they were like, do whatever you want. We don't give a shit. It's like, okay. So yeah, we're making this kind of choose your own adventure movie, basically. But
Cool.
it's we're getting a lot closer. The problem is he's really hardworking, and thus he has many other people, and he'll get like quite a decent wedge for just like going out for a week and punching out some random video. So it's like, I'm gonna go and do that. It's like, okay, Scott, go do that.
Yeah.
I'll go and play golf or something. I don't know. But yeah. So that's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. But actually, what I'm really bothered about is that there's There's the biggest golf tournament of the year starting tomorrow.
No, Paul, I don't want my ratings just plummeting because we're going to talk about golf. Right? We got to talk about mountain bikes.
Yeah. No, but that's what's happening tomorrow. That's why I have non-alcoholic beer, and I'm just trying to relax and chill.
Okay, here's like a weird okay, we're gonna talk about a couple things. One, in Sedona they do a what do you call it, a film festival. Okay, now the film festival, all really well done. You know what most of those films are like? Have you guys been there? Have you watched the film festival, Paul? You watched it with me. You were there. And
yeah, I was too busy crying about my friend, wasn't I? I was like the drunk high school drunk person at the party. That's what I was. So yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty...
But I know. I mean, I've seen a lot of those movies anyway. So.
But like basically all those films are really well done, but there's not a single ounce of humor in any of them. Like, right? Like they're all very well shot. They're all like, oh, look at these sick jumps. And if you watch most mountain bike marketing is all the same way, right? Santa Cruz, like all these guys are just like, look how sick we shred on our bike, which makes sense because the bikes are designed to be ridden, right? Like, so I guess they want to promote that. What you don't see is humor. And I think there's a place for like a film, like a short film with humor that like I have it in my head that one day like we're all gonna sneak in there in the film festival and they're not gonna know what hit them, and it's like that's my thought. Like maybe there's room for the funny video too, right? Maybe.
Yeah, you should like ask Matt Dennison and IFHT. You should suggest to them funny videos would be a great idea, and no one in mountain biking does them. Yeah.
No, those guys are incredible, but like
they are great. Yeah.
When you do a film festival, though, that's none to be seen.
They've done film festivals. They've done like every time they used to enter Dirt Diaries, which is like the big around here classic See the Sky bubble.
I've seen Dirt Diaries on OnlyFans.
It's not it, Joe.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Yeah,
that's not a show.
That's for your day job. That's for your day job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Paul comes with lots of experience, Jess. He's basically seen it all, done it all in the industry. So the best part is like,
I've literally become everything that I've hated. I'm the guy that's the guy that's literally done it all. Yeah.
Just grow a mustache and just join the party, you know, revert back a little.
Feel peer pressured right now. I'm today I've become really self-conscious of like how thinning my hair is. This kind of, just as a man, you kind of go through these kind of peaks and troughs about being bothered about it. Right now, I'm definitely peaking. I'm like looking in the mirror, like.
No, yeah.
But anyway,
all you gotta do is have the bravado. You just gotta have the confidence. No matter what you look like, you show up. You're the best person in the room. You're the best looking. You're the funniest, and then everyone will.
What is it like being in your brain? Just like
I wonder that too. Actually,
I would love to know. Is Joe just like in this kind of like blacked out audience, and he's just in the middle with a spotlight on him, and everyone's just like.
I'm pretty sure that is, and then I think that's pretty spot on.
I think you guys get it. I mean, that's what we're here for tonight, anyways. Is the fact that it reached 10,000, which is basically
we're
like
celebrating.
It's almost like it's like really close to 1 million, as far as I can tell. Like, we're one digit off, aren't we? Or is that no.
A couple more digits. Off. I was a math.
It's got to maybe 2. You could divide by 3 and we're there. Like, I don't know. You could do the math.
You could have said, oh well, yeah. Could have said a lot of things.
Well, y'all,
pure
it's my
buffoonery.
bedtime.
What's
bed?
Yeah.
It's
Jess.
20.
It's late your time, Jess. I appreciate you jumping into this weird hour.
I loved it. I'm so glad that I could just come and crash, and that you appreciate the flattery of me wearing a mustache. It was in your honor.
I do.
know?
I totally understand it, and I appreciate it 100%. I'm glad you were here. Thanks for jumping in. I know you're at the Bentonville. Are you there all weekend? Or are you? What's going
I'll
on?
be there all weekend, just kind of hanging out and showing up for some stuff. And
oh wait, do you not live there?
I live there. I live here.
Oh yeah, that's.
I'll be here all weekend.
I'm like, doesn't she live there? Like,
I'll be here all
we're gonna
weekend,
live
and
there for a
then
while.
The weekend after this, and then the weekend after this, and then the
Nice.
weekend after that too. Yeah, I'll be here for many weekends.
That's good. Hey, can I ask you a question? Like,
Sure.
what I love finding out like what the accommodation situation is in like towns like Bentonville.
Yeah.
Say, I don't know. Are you renting? Are you a homeowner? Like, what stage are we at?
Do you? Okay, so we own our home. We bought it at the end. We bought it last spring, and we bought it for $160,000. That's it.
Wait, what kind of size
it's a
box are we talking?
shack. It's not a shack. It's a fixer-upper.
Potential.
She has non-working
it's not good
ceiling
bones.
fans, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that doesn't actually. I still have my rig set up here. My spinning.
Sorry.
This is
I was
you remember shitty rigs or remember that like that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I was
this
desperate to be featured on Shitty Rigs. I sent in so many submissions, didn't even get left on red. Didn't even make it past that point.
Yeah, but our house is a fixer-upper, and so we were able to get it at a pretty good price. But the prices have been going up quite a bit here, and Bentonville proper is a lot more expensive than where we live, which is Bella Vista, right north of Bentonville. So, but
Okay.
it's nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah.
How much is it to like say you're a single person, you go and you're gonna rent a room somewhere, classic. How much would it
Rent
be?
a room somewhere. I want to say rent is almost like maybe the more expensive thing to do here. I don't, since I'm not in the rental market, I wouldn't know how much for a room, but I know like a house would probably cost like a whole house with like a couple bedrooms. You're looking at like $2,000 a month for like
Okay.
a whole house.
For a
So
house?
for a room, yeah. Is that cheap
Wow.
in your stand? Like, is that cheap for y'all? Like,
You want to
probably,
know how
right?
like
That sounds
how much
cheap.
a baseline house goes for in California? I know it's probably even more in Squamish. Like you'd have to be $450,000 in to get like a 2-bedroom now.
Yeah, she was
Yeah,
talking
you
about
got, like, a
renting there,
shack.
mate.
I don't know about renting. Who the hell knows?
Yeah, that's hard. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mine. I have a three bed townhouse. It's like one of the
Squamish.
cheap. Probably like what would it be off the floor? Do like 3 or 4 off the floor of the bottom?
Yeah.
One got listed for like 900,000 Canadian the
Oh
other
my
month.
gosh.
I think
Yeah.
it's like $12 US. Is that
So
right?
actually-
For the-
That's
I can't wait for the day, right? I'm not kidding. I can't wait for the day where the Canadian dollar just becomes more valuable than the US dollar, and an entire country is just going to be ready, and just going to tear into an entire nation.
Maybe
Probably
then
not gonna happen, but-
maybe then all those people that said that if Obama won, they would move to Canada would then move there.
That's the wrong president. You're
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Oh, I see what. Oh, damn! I did it. I'm sorry. Really good joke.
See, there you go.
Hey, Jess, it was really nice to meet you.
It was lovely meeting you too, Paul. And congrats. Actually, do you want to know a secret? I didn't know your name was Joe until like an hour or like before when you sent me the email. Like, who the hell's Joe? Because I just call you.
I know. I know.
Who the hell is this Joe inviting me to this weird link?
That's
and then I was like, you know.
That's what I
And
get
then I
when
was
I run
like,
into
oh,
anybody on the trail. They're like, this dude's creepy as hell. They don't know, like, yeah. And that's a funny story because, like, when I first met Shane, the crashing dad, I was like, hey, I'm coming to town. Do you mind showing me around? You don't have to. It's totally fine. You could just tell me where to go. He's like, no, I'll totally meet up with you. I met with him in RC. I met him up in the parking lot. He's like, hey, what's going on? My name's Shane. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm Joe. Because we knew that I was the Colorado kid and he was the crashing dad, but like we didn't know each other's names. It's like what a weird world we live in. It's so funny. And so the fact that you didn't know my name makes sense. It totally makes
I think
sense.
it's so funny. And so now I know your real name. That's exciting. It'd be really weird if my name wasn't really Jess, but my name was Jess the Maker, but it was really something else.
You made a horrible mistake using your real names, you idiots. Now
I know,
people
you
can track you down immediately.
I know, Paul. What do? We weren't thinking ahead.
My name's not really Paul, so I was thinking ahead. My name's Poe. I explained it to you
Oh,
pretty
it's
clearly at the
fine.
beginning.
Yeah, I still can't
I
understand what the hell you're saying. I'm just counting on Jess to translate for
I
me.
think he said good night. Well, good night to you too, Poe.
Yeah. Thanks for
Okay.
jumping in, Jess. I don't want to hold you all night. I know it's late for you guys.
Yeah. Have a great one. And
See you later.
congrats again. See you later.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Yes. Paul, I'm a little disappointed that you didn't wear a fake mustache for me tonight.
I'm literally here for free. So.
For free. Oh, it costs a lot. It costs a lot.
Did you like the cameo thing?
Oh, it's perfect. I love the cameo. So if you guys are just jumping in, you missed probably one of the greatest.
I missed all of them. I mean, I felt very. Any time I get a compliment from old BKXC, just hits me deep. So when he said that mine was the best, I was like, yes.
It's so good because it's like I put together. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that, I'm going to edit it, and I'll put a little intro in, and I'll put it in as an actual YouTube video just for the people that missed it, so they don't have to dive into an hour and a half of live streaming or whatever. But if you guys missed it, I reached out to everybody that I knew in the mountain bike. Well, not everybody, but all the important people. Okay, if you weren't in, no, I'm just kidding. Look, but we reached out Paul, Rich from Semi Cindy, BKXC, Normal Mountain Biker, just everybody was in that. Bobo was in it, just completely roasting me, and it was well worth all the effort. It took me days to get that all put together, but everybody got it in today. I was able to edit it. Robert got it to me at like 4:30. He's like, because he was out on a ride, and he got it to me, and I was able to put it in and just export it, and boom, in no time we were there. So I'll put it together so you can see the whole thing for sure, because there's a lot of good ones.
I think what you should do is turn it into one of those reaction TikToks.
Yeah,
where it's like the thing happening and then the person to the left of them, and then you should react to each one, upload them individually, put a caption saying reacting to people congratulating me or something.
Yeah, but nobody knows who I am, and nobody knows
what. How are they gonna know you if you don't freaking try, Joe? Jeez,
I know.
Louise.
It's true. It's true.
That's what you have. Right, listen. You have to do that now. You can't do anything less. This is life as a content creator. The moment the base. Wait, no, the base or the top? The base. We're gonna. As soon as the floor has been raised to what it needs to be, you can't go lower than that. There you go. This Paul's infinite word of wisdom. I've literally spent thousands of dollars because I've gone, do you know what would be a really good idea if I did it like this? Now I have to do it like that. Here's what
happened tonight, Paul. Here's what happened tonight. All right. So I've been using Streamlabs OBS, the streaming software. Again, we're getting technical, but it's fine. We'll jump right back into mountain bikes, whatever the hell else. We can talk about whatever we want to, Paul. Look, here's the deal. Yeah, I know. Tonight, so like basically normally I use Streamlabs. It's a free program and I can get extra like beautiful quality, all that stuff. Tonight, I was like, I'm going to bring in a bunch of guests. To do that in Streamlabs is hard because you got to get Skype links. It's just a pain in the ass. You got to build the backdrops. You got to custom make everything. So what I did here tonight is like, you know what? I'm going to jump on to Streamlabs. Streamlabs is easy for guests to jump in. Super duper, gang. But here's what's happening, right? Because if you want to use Streamlabs for free, they got to put their goddamn logo right up at the top of the screen.
Hey, StreamYard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I? Oh, yeah. StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYard. And so they only let you stream at 720p. Paul, that's not good enough for me. So I got to pay $25 to bring guests in. And then I realized what they've done now is to stream at 1080p. They now make you join the pro plan. So I spent $50 for this live. I'm so in the hole on everything I've done.
Do more of them.
I only paid for a month. And
who pays for the tax write-offs? That's what I want to know.
Oh dear God, I'm just so in the hole.
People keep telling me, just write it off. It's like I have to pay for it.
No, we count. Kyle's paying for it. I'm gonna bill Kyle.
Oh, he's so unprofessional, that guy.
Unprofessional. Yeah, he says, Joe, when Paul offers unprovoked advice, you shut up and listen.
That is not Kyle typing that. Someone else is typing that.
I asked Kyle, I was like, what's your live stream setup, buddy? You think you could jump in? He's like, not good. I was like, it's so on brand, Kyle. Jesus.
No, well, he freaking almost lost his bloody eye. I think
what does that have to do with setting up a camera, Paul? Don't defend him.
Depth perception. I don't know.
You don't need depth perception to set up a camera. I got no.
He's like, hey, Joe. I don't know. There's no good joke there. It's horrific. It's horrific.
I'm being wildly insensitive. I miss Kyle. He hasn't been able to ride. I got to go pick him up and we got to go kayaking is what we're going to do. We're going to spend some quality time together. We're going to film a reel while we do it.
You should, I don't know. Is he at the point? Wait, are we in the chat? Are we at the point where we're laughing about it, Kyle? I don't know. I want to be sensitive here.
Totally fine. Rich, thank you for the $5, man. I really do appreciate you. That'll help compensate some of the costs for this damn live stream. Look, dude, he's one of the guys that I reached out to too. I was like, man, you got to be in this reel. And he made the perfect sign off for me because he put the little he put the bars and tones at the end, so it was actually the perfect opportunity to have like an end to it. So I brought him up at the end, and boom, it was great. Again, Paul, I'm gonna send you the whole thing. You'll see it all. And then Henry says, "We got you. You only need 4 more to get it paid for." Thank you, Henry Ward with an MTB. I'm not trying to make you guys pay for stuff. I just appreciate you guys being here on this Friday night.
You are trying to get them to pay for it.
I know it's totally true. It's just sneaky, isn't it? But no. Realistically, I'm just glad you guys are here on a Friday night hanging out with us. We're not going to keep you guys all night long, but I'm stoked to celebrate. I'm glad Paul could be here with me because Paul, I've kept up many late nights just texting him and being like, "Hey, what do you think of this thumbnail?" He's like, "It's shit," And so like,
I would do that forever. What the other day, Kyle from it almost sounds like a joke at this point, but everyone does it. Like Kyle from Kyle and April.
Yeah.
We all do that, don't we? All the time.
Yeah.
He called me one night. Asking me about, we were on the phone for 3 hours, and I was just like, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm keeping you on the phone." It's like, you have no idea how much I'm enjoying this right now.
Mm-hmm.
There is literally no limit to me wanting to talk about how to do YouTube better. Do you want to know something really funny though?
Yeah.
For a minute, I was like, God, my dishwashers get really loud. Like, look, it's raining.
It's raining there?
Dude, we are in the most volatile weather situation. You can't even, like, to the point where there was a news article the other day, basically from the weather people saying, "Hey, we can't predict the weather anymore. Just don't listen to us. Climate change has messed up all our models, and we have no idea what we're doing." They've not got one day. They've maybe got one day right in the last 2 or 3 months. That's not even an exaggeration. It's insane.
Wow.
But now it's raining super hard. We got this big golf tournament tomorrow. It's going to be so slow.
We haven't had rain here in a very long time, Paul.
Yeah, God. Everyone else seems to be like rip roaring sunshine, but it was very nice today. I can't not say that. However, I'd just like it to be really nice for 2 more days. Anyway, what are you working on? What's the next thing?
Paul,
what's happening?
This is the weirdest thing in the world, but I've got a radio station that's just gone off the air, and I may need to actually get off this live stream and work, which is crazy.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is this real? This isn't a bit?
This isn't
what does
a bit.
It say? Critical alarm?
Off air.
But there's probably more people watching this live stream than listening to the radio, isn't there, Joe?
I know,
Like,
100% true. 100% true. This may be a first for the Colorado Kid, but I might actually have to go and cut this and call it a night and go actually get this radio station back on the air. Can you believe that?
Yeah, well, no, not at all. I very much need to go to bed probably or something. I don't know. I'm a professional athlete. Hey, Joe, no, seriously, good. Well done for 10,000. I remember the first time I got to 10,000, the only time I got to 10,000, and I was like, "This is cool." In fact, these are my favorite milestones. Right, 10, 20, 50, 100.
Yeah,
didn't care about anything else.
I know. That's what you got to do. You got to go in with these little milestones. 10's
Yeah.
one of them. I'm stoked to get there.
Yeah. I remember 20 was kind of cool because there were like a bunch of other people like at 20, and I was like, "Oh, okay, if I get to 20, then that's like really cool." But yeah. No, good job.
there.
Okay, you just talk by yourself.
No, I'm gonna call it, guys, because I gotta go.
You gotta
actually fix
outro
this thing.
it by yourself. You gotta outro it by yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You exit out. I'm gonna leave some music
Bye.
here. If you guys stick around, I may rant for a little bit. I'm going to play some music. Yeah, Paul, perfectly executed. I'm going to leave this running. I'm going to kill my mic audio. If you guys want to stick around, we could rant about a few other things, but I'm going to kill this. I'm going to try. You can see me working in the background here. I'm going to try and get this radio station back on the air. Just give me a second, all right? What do we got here? I got some music, don't I? What do we got? So here's what we've done. Here's what we've done, guys. Look, all right, wait, we're rebooting right now. Main TX off. Oh no, somebody else is on it. Look, this is crazy. This is crazy talk. All right, so look, you guys are witnessing live right now. I'm working while we're on a live stream. Can you believe this? Like, this is the first time ever. And what's happened is our AM transmitter, which is like a 50,000 kilowatts. Basically, like, it's a situation where, like, if you reach your hand inside of something, you're gonna die. It's switched over to night pattern. And then we've got a piece of equipment that I know, Biker, you're jumping in here late. It's just so random. We're at an hour and 40 minutes, but yeah, it's yeah, I know. It's so crazy, but I'm trying to troubleshoot this while we speak. So just stand by with me, guys. We got a couple things we could probably, you don't have to. I totally understand if you want to get the hell out of here, but give me a second here. Okay, rebooting. I'm texting real time. Hold on, stand by. So if you guys want to know about how radio works, I can explain something to you guys real quick. No. Okay, we got us back on the air. Okay, there we go. So basically, here, all right, sorry. So we're texting right now. What's happened here is the transmitter switched to night pattern, and as a result, it took it off the air. So I have to reboot the processor at the transmitter site, which is what we're looking at back here. Okay, I don't think you can see it on this camera. But like the processor is what takes the audio and puts it into the transmitter and then sends it up the tower and puts out 50 kilowatts of AM signal. So, okay. Yep. Okay. Sweet. Perfect. This is unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. This is unprecedented. So again, I've rebooted the processor and look, it's coming back up. We've got a call from all right, let's see if we got an on-air alarm. Look at what we've done here. Can we focus? Come on, Sony, get your shit together. Wait, hold on. Stand by. Okay. Come on. You're embarrassing me live. And there we are. Back on the air. Just like that. So if anybody's ever asked me, okay, now we're really close, aren't we? Wait, let's see how close we can go. There's the mustache cam. It's back in action. We should just do live streams like this. I don't even know why I bother like having the wide angle, right? Like, why would you even do that when you can have this angle right here? It's absolutely stunning, you know? Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, there. So I know, like, some people have asked me what I do for a living. And so some of the stuff that I could do is virtual, right? Like, I can log into a thing, I can get into it, I can troubleshoot, I can switch to a backup transmitter. These things cost insane amounts of money. So when it comes to mountain biking, right, we talk about like the idea of like a good old fashioned radio transmitter costing $250,000 or $200,000 or whatever the hell else, right? Like, mountain biking is not that expensive. Now, the problem with mountain biking is that we actually have to pay for it ourselves. That's the downside. Yeah, that's the sound. Yeah, all right. Anyways, we're back on it. Look, I'm amazed that you guys stuck around. Look, this is your opportunity. If you guys want to chat, want to talk about anything particular in chat, I'm devoted to you guys right now. We are here live from the Cali Radio Shack. Paul, I know you got stuff to do, and you got a big golf day. That was so random. It looks like we're back on the air, so that's a good sign. Let's catch up on chat. If you guys want to talk about stuff, Biker, you came in at the worst time possible. Just like Robert, a guy who runs an actual podcast and does it weekly and works with professionals and all this stuff. He jumps in. The moment he jumps in, I'm just dilly-dallying over here, screwing around on getting a radio station back on the air. Who the hell thinks of stuff like this? You know who does? There's somebody very technical that understands these things, and he goes by the name Good Joe. So here he is. Hi, Joe. Good to see you.
There we go. Speaking of audio, let's see. It has been a minute. Hang on. There we go. Okay, I wanted to actually hear myself for a change. Normally I'm on Skype calls and I don't want to hear myself in my own cans. Joe,
you gotta tell me about these headphones. What's going on with these headphones?
These headphones are probably older than most of your subscribers on TikTok.
Yes, 100% true. What a young audience that is.
What are these? The
Sennheisers?
Yeah, HD 280 Pros. I think I got these on sale back when they were new and interesting. Now they're just kind of.
I'm a firm believer if it sounds good, you're good to go.
Definitely. Speaking of sound, I have to say, I was, partially interested when, I was on screen, and then I just kind of tuned out for the rest of the live stream. But when you started talking about remoting into a radio station, suddenly I got very interesting because I was like, is the SSH into that? Like, how does this work? How can you fix a radio station from your little sanctuary there? I
Okay,
want to
so-
know this.
So you guys are going to get some behind the scenes stuff on the radio industry as a whole right now. So from an engineering perspective, because I'm not on the air, surprisingly enough, like the fact that like I do all this stuff, I don't think they realize the talent that's at their fingertips that they're not utilizing in me. Like I'm just an engineer in the background that, you know, some of the people around the radio station have learned, like they've started to figure out what I'm doing. And they're like, whoa, what the hell? I have more followers than all of our on-air talent, all of them. So like maybe even combined. It's like crazy, right? And so like they don't even like understand what they have on their hands. And even if they invited me to be on the air, I'd be like, no, why would I want to do that? I could do whatever I want over here. So anyways, basically like once I'm able to get into the network, our network, even the transmitters now have like network connections. So I can literally log into a transmitter and see like data of like what power output, all this stuff. We have a liquid cooled transmitter that isn't that different than like a liquid cooled PC. Like a custom, like imagine building a custom water loop in a PC, right? These transmitters are very much like that. You just have you have liquid running through to cool them off. So it's like, I can see the flow rates. I can see all this stuff. I can log in. So for example, if a transmitter goes down, we always have a backup transmitter in place. So I can log in and go switch to backup and it will handle that on the back end. It'll take care of all that at the transmitter site. So we're back on the air and then I can troubleshoot the main transmitter and figure out what's going on. I know you guys don't want to know about this radio stuff, and we'll talk about some chat questions and Joe's here too. And so like we have backups to backups. Like think of like an STL, which is a studio to transmitter link, right? You've got audio at the studio side where your jocks are doing their thing, right? And we have to send that out to the transmitter, and we do that in a couple ways. One of them is like an actual dish that we beam it right to the transmitter site on the tower, right? And then the other way is network. So you have like, you just send it over the network. Or there's specific devices that we send audio like that. And so if the dish, boom, a bird lands on it and tanks the thing, we switch over to the network audio. So there we've got audio. The transmitter was always working, but the audio failed. So we switched that. So there's always like some way to get you back on, right? Like that's always the goal, is redundancy in your audio transmission. Here's an example of something. Now you just really got me into it, Joe. Everybody in chat's going to hate me. But like, so here's another example that happened the other day. This weekend, I had to go into the radio station because we have automation, this program that runs all our music all the time on the radio station. Well, it locked up. And so, of course, you're off the air in the sense that you've got no audio. You've got a carrier signal, meaning your transmitter is up. So if you were to listen on the radio, this is how you know the difference. If you're listening to the radio, which probably nobody in chat does anymore, but if you're listening to the radio and you hear just complete silence, like it's quiet, that means there's a carrier signal, which means the transmitter's on. But if you hear static, like shh, transmitter's off because it's not transmitting a carrier signal.
Oh,
see,
that makes sense.
If you lose audio, you'll hear just silence. But if the transmitter goes down, you'll hear shh, right? So there's a difference between off air, how you define it. So when the audio stopped going to the transmitter side, I'm like, okay, the transmitter's fine. Everything's good there. So you immediately start looking at the studio side. What could have gone wrong here? And you're like, did the board go down? Did all this stuff? And you have to figure out the pieces of the puzzle to find out why audio isn't going to the site. In this case, there was the automation locked up. It's like a computer, right? So eventually these things screw you one way or another someday. And so we have in the background, we have this piece of equipment that has audio loaded on it, and I can hit play and basically cross point that to send out to the transmitter instead of the studio, bypass the studio entirely, and bing, bang, boom, we got audio back on the transmitter site, and then I can go into the studio and fix it, you know?
Neat. So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Because I've worked in the tech industry for many years, and one of the things that we always use to kind of figure out, you know, how fast remediation needs to happen. You know, what's your SLA, service level agreement? How much money does it cost per minute hour that a radio station is down? I know that can be varied depending on like how much their budget is, the size, but like on average, you know, from your studios that you work with, if one of them goes down, like dead down, like nothing's getting out, how much does it cost?
Man, I actually don't know that answer. Like, for example, like if it was a spot block where we're just doing music, nothing, because none of the spots were missed. And sometimes what they'll do is if we're down for a half an hour and we miss a spot break, like which is all the commercials, right? Then they'll just make that up somewhere and they'll put them in other spot breaks. And if they know about it, they can make up the spot. So there's a couple ways they can negate that. Usually, if we're down for an hour, we've really screwed up. I'm terrible at my job. It's rare that happens. It's usually like a couple minutes where you got to figure out what's wrong. Like most of the times, but sometimes if something goes off, you're like, what the hell? What's going on? Like the transmitter's fine, audio's fine. What's going on? Like you gotta So in those situations, it takes you a little bit longer. But most of the times, we're not down for very long. Hopefully, unless the site just implodes, and then you're really screwed.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually don't know that answer in terms of how much financially they could be out on.
So I can't say the company, but I can say it's a major retailer of, clothing and whatnot. I worked in their NOC, and it was estimated.
Which is a network operating center, in case you guys don't know in chat.
Yeah. A great group of people that live. No, it's a very specific type of person that enjoys working in a NOC. But basically, if our main website, the .com, the front page where people can go and do e-commerce goes down, $100,000 a minute of revenue lost. So when stuff went down, to say that things got lively was an understatement. I had to be the person that called on Christmas Eve to our senior engineers. Like I call and, there's laughing, he's slurring because he's drunk. And I'm like, hey, the site's down. Everything's down, and we have no idea what's going on. The tone in his voice switching from "Hey, how's it going, Joe?" to "Okay, who have you called?" Like it was
exactly
immediately. Everyone had to sober up, and Christmas Eve just ruined everyone's night. It was down for multiple hours. One hard drive went down in a network switch. That was what the cause was. It took us hours to diagnose that because it was such a one-off issue. But anyways, bike stuff.
Bike stuff. Joe, what are you working on with bike stuff these days?
I have been enjoying being out of the spotlight. I have become a local hero with the neighborhood kids because I'll be sitting
with
out
that
there.
Beard.
Yeah, I know, right? Despite parents' better judgment, I'll be standing out there talking to my neighbors, and their kids will be out riding their bikes, and I'll hear like the crunching and grinding of their drivetrains, and I'll look at it, I'll be like, when was the last time your kid's bike was looked at? Like, I don't know, bought it from Walmart. Or literally there was a dumpster bike. Like my neighbor got a bike for free essentially, and he did some decent upgrades to it, but like it was just in rough shape. Front derailleur was bent, the rear derailleur was all messed up, the cable housing, the actual strands of metal from the outer cable housing were coming out because like it wore through the PTFE tubing on the inside, and so it's just metal on metal every time you shifted. So I was like, no, we got to take care of this. So I bring it over, throw it up in the stand, and I tear that bike apart and completely rebuilt the shock. And this is a Walmart bike, so like I've been playing around with cheap bikes. So like I actually was like, oh man, they've been using this design for years. I know exactly how this works. So like I take apart everything. I had to 3D print some bushings to replace a Walmart linkage. It was the main pivot. It had so much side-to-side play that it was actually messing with the front derailleur. Because I'm like, I got it trued up in the stand. It was shifting beautifully, and I take it for a ride, and I'm just like, why is this grinding so much? And like, I'm checking everything, and then like I start pulling and stuff, and I just hear this rattling. I'm like, what is that? And I realize it's the actual rear chainstay bouncing back and forth because the main pivot had so much play in it. So I had to like measure the difference and 3D print it out of I think I just did some PLA because I was like, I just got to get it working for a couple more seasons. It's one of those bikes where I'm just trying to keep the carbon, that was put in the air in operation. And the kid like was over the moon when he got it because cleaned it up, brand new chain on it, bought a front derailleur off of Amazon for like $15. I basically charged the dad like $20 to completely rebuild the bike with new housing and everything. Because one nice thing about being an influencer is you got a lot of spare parts from testing stuff. So trying to put that back out there in the community, which has been really fun actually. A lot of kids are even with this whole mess up here, a lot of kids are really happy to see me whenever they got bike questions now.
It's so funny because like, all right, so here's a great example of the opposite spectrum of that, right? The guy that the big boss at my radio station, the general manager, amazing guy, really great. We go to lunch with him all the time. Very cool. So he's like, hey, Joe, maybe you can pick me up in your truck next week and take me to REI so I could take my bike in because it's doing weird shifting stuff. And I was like, hey, Steve, I could probably, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a
Nope.
minute.
No.
I'm not I'm not gonna do that. I was like, I could probably no, you should take it to REI. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum still. In fact, Henry was in here. I don't know if he's still, he is. Henry's still in here. They got me some Hayes brakes, and I'm so excited to get them on the bike. I'm scared to do it myself. I'm going to screw something up, so I got to take it to a local shop.
Alan MTB was actually talking to me the other day because he was trying to get his bike ready for the bike park opening.
Oh
up.
yeah,
And
he's a bike park guy.
Yeah, he never had swapped out brakes before, so he was like, "Hey, you got a minute for me to call you and just pick your brain?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And so we run through the stuff because he was trying to figure out how to take the brakes off with internal routing without messing it up too much. And you know how it is with internal routing, like nothing fits there, right? You got to chop that.
No, I've never done
housing.
anything myself.
That's fair. But no, like whenever you have to like replace the brakes, it sucks with internal routing because you essentially just always have to chop off that olive. Because you have the cable hose, right? You have the brake hose, and then you have the I can't. Someone's chat's gonna correct me on this, but the actual like insert that goes inside the hose. Please help me, chat. I'm blanking. And then the olive that goes over it, and then you have to compress everything and put it in there and make sure it's compressed in right. And that's really intimidating the first time you do it. After the third or fifth time doing it, not the ferrule, it's something else.
Hey, Alan's here. He's got it. Barb. He says Barb.
Barb. There we go. Yes. It is the barb that goes inside of it. Thank you, Alan. Yeah, so I was helping Alan with that because brakes are one of those things, right? You don't want to guess on that.
Yeah.
Like derailleur coming off, well, you just got to push your bike,
Yeah,
a tire
exactly.
goes flat, but freaking brakes, man, that's a safety item. That's something that I don't like people to cheap out on, and I don't like them messing around with it if they don't know what they're doing.
So here's the question I have then. Okay, so the brakes that I got, they like come pre-assembled already, but like I can't get that through the internal housing, so I've got to cut it. Or how do you get it with if it's already pressurized in there, right? Like, do you have to cut and get all the oil leaked out, or is there a way just to take the thing off and then feed it through and then reattach it if it's already bled?
So the problem with that, right, is that the moment you take the pressure off of the olive, the thing on the outside,
and that's what I figure, you're screwed,
you really should not try to reuse that. Could you? Theoretically, yes, it would be a terrible, terrible idea to do it. At worst case or best case scenario, you just have a lot of leakage. Worst case scenario, you have so much leakage that when you go to press your levers a few times, and then the next time it just isn't working anymore, and you're on, Squamish, yeeting yourself into the side of a tree. So yeah, what you have to do is you have to snip off that end, get everything measured correctly, right? Because they give you more hose than you need, right?
So what you're saying is if you've got leakage, you need to snip off your end.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep, sorry. Continue.
9 out of 10 doctors agree. Anyway, so yeah, you got to snip off the end. You got to put all the new hardware on, make sure it's
I'm
all
not
measured,
doing that.
and then you got to bleed it. You got to get all that air out of there. You can obviously you do it at the lever because usually it's the lever that has the barb and the olive. At the other end, it's a Krypton attachment that comes from the factory. You can't replace that yourself.
Okay.
So
Okay.
don't snip it at the
lever
caliper
side
end. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad day. You gotta buy a whole new brake.
Oh, okay. So you do it at the lever side then.
Always at the lever. Don't
this
snip
is
at the
what.
caliper.
Yeah, I'm not doing this for sure. Guaranteed, I'm not doing this. So like, it's taken me a month. I got him sitting here. I really want to get him on the bike, but I was like, I got this great aspiration. I'm going to go film this process, and I'm like, when? Like, I got to go on the weekend, and like, I got to go sit around site. We were talking about it earlier. It's like it takes 4 times as long to do anything if you're filming it. So it's like, oh my god.
Like I tell people, like, how long does it take you to make a cup of coffee in the morning? Like, it's something that you have memorized. You can literally do it in your sleep.
Yep.
Okay. Now imagine filming that. And that gives people a good sense of scale of just how much time filming something adds. Like, there are so many times, like the bed frame that I built from scratch that also was a work stand. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen that. I made some Instagrams about it, but I literally built that and I was like, this would make such a cool video because so many people could appreciate it. And I'm like, no, fuck that.
I know.
Filming
I
that.
know. I know. It's so true.
It's just so much work. But you know what? You know, it'd be a good TikTok is like how to change your brakes in 3 easy steps. And like step 2 is take it to the bike shop.
Yeah, that's what I thought about. That's exactly the purpose. I was going to do this. Here's the premise of the video that I was going to shoot. All right, it's going to start like this. It's going to be like, look what I've got. I've got new brakes. Time to replace the SRAMs or whatever that I've got on here. It's going to be fantastic. And then I'm going to get my science. Like I've got this like doctor's coat that I ordered for Bits. I'm going to put that on. I'm going to slap on the gloves, and then I'm going to get in the car, start the car, and just drive the bike over to the shop. Like, and they'd be like, they just hassle them because like they could do the work and I could just wisecrack the whole time. I'm still convinced I'm going to do it.
I mean, like, you know, we've talked about this before. Your personality, the fact that you can just freestyle, is just infuriating to me because like I can't. I can be cynical. I can be mean. I can just overanalyze things. But if people ask me to be, you know, spontaneous, I just look at them like that sounds like a lot of work. I'm just gonna sit here and judge everyone else.
That's kind of the funnest part about all of us, though. We're all like, we have that great. Even Shane is like wildly hilarious, but he's adamant about the fact that he's just like not funny live. I was like, one, you are, but two, like when you see what he puts together, like that little bit that he put together, like, you know, everybody put together, like he overproduced, and it's just funny as hell. It's perfectly. He's got such a great sense of humor, but he's convinced that he's not great, like funny live. I was like, I don't know, Shane, but it's like. Just everyone, like we've got the analytical side. Like it's fun having this big group of creators that everyone's got their like little skills and talents. And it's like, I think all of us like need to do more collaborative stuff because it's funny as hell when we have all those different viewpoints. You know, it's so fun.
Oh yeah, no, you know, Top Gear is such a classic example of having different personalities. Because you have James May, I believe, was like the super analytical. Here's how this works. Then you have Hammond, who's just kind of like Shane, just the ball of energy that's like, you know, uncontained and only goes in certain directions. And then you have, who's the old fart that just sits there and
Captain Slow.
No.
You have Jeremy Clarkson.
Clarkson.
Clarkson
is kind of like the old.
I'm the Clarkson of the group.
No, I think you're a mix of Clarkson and Hammond. You got the energy, but you also like have the snarkiness of like just observing the behavior of people. So it's a good combination. Something
I'll tell you,
I always wish I had.
I'll tell you a story about that before, but first we got to say, MTB Allen, thank you so much, man, for the $20 donation. One, I appreciate Joe, obviously, and Alan, you guys taking the time out of your day to make that silly video that I asked. I reached out to a lot of people, and if you guys didn't see the video that I rolled earlier, everybody just fucking bagging on me for about 8 minutes straight. I'm gonna roll that as a final thing for the live stream so you guys can see it. I'll also probably put it up as an individual video, but I basically got roasted real time. Okay, so. That happened. Alan, thanks, dude. I appreciate you. If I come down July 9th, we got to ride together. I may come down to Sky Park. I'm going to see if I can make it work because that'd be a blast. One of the things I was talking with Brian about, the old BKXC, early on, before I even got started in this, and it was so early that like I hadn't even started the channel yet. Maybe I did with wild aspirations, but I was like, I told him, I was like, I love Top Gear. And one of the things that makes Top Gear what it is the chemistry. So I'd love to have, like, I pitched him with the idea. I was like, imagine Top Gear with mountain bikes. Like, nobody does it. Like, there's still like a huge amount of potential, I think, but you've got to get the chemistry right. And I was like, dude, we can assemble a team. It'd be funny as hell. Like, we've got so many cool like creators. And here's a great example of like when I reached out to people to make stuff, I was like, oh, make it 20 seconds or less or whatever. Everyone overachieved and created their great little take. And that's what I wanted. I wanted people to have like their personality come through. And that's, to me, what makes that whole 8-minute long video funny is having everybody's personalities and styles shine through. It's so cool.
I know. One thing I got to say is like, if you want to do that, I am all for it, but you got to make sure people can commit to that. That's the thing. Like they basically got to put their channel on pause and like, they are that. And then you got, this is the analytical part of me. It's like, you got to agree on like how you film things, how you split things up, how the workload is, who the writer, there's so many things. And, Yeah, like I've watched people try that before, and it like goes good for a few months. Then after a while, like obligations come up. People get kind of want to do other things. I mean, I think we forget just how much work goes into a fully serialized TV show.
It's a lot.
That's something YouTube has kind of made it seem like it's so easy. But then you look at all the big YouTubers that were one people show for so long, and they just burnt out after like 2 or 3 years, and they had to like go off and become accountants or something like that.
Yeah. I think that mountain biking is still early enough for it's the Wild West, right? I think a lot of the content is on YouTube, but like there's room to grow. There's network shows that don't exist. Like there's like I messaged Bobo like when I had him send me that video. I was like, dude, do you have an agent? Are you like looking for roles like as a commercial actor or whatever? And he said he doesn't have an agent yet, but I could easily see him bridging that gap between content creator and then going further beyond. And then like I still think like lately I've been watching all these shows where like people are doing like these cooking shows, and this is Brian basically shot a pilot episode of that, which was Wheels Down, and the premise is just going to random towns and like eating local food, riding local trails. It's like and he's like, nah, it didn't take off, and it was like the first shot, and it's a ton of work. We know that. But if somebody can get paid doing it, I feel like one day there's going to be a potential for that. Like I would love to see it. It's and it doesn't even have to exist on YouTube. It could be on the Travel Channel or something like that. Why the hell not? You got all these travel bloggers and all that stuff. When you got shows about truckers, why not mountain bikers? There's potential. I just don't know how to bridge that gap. Other than I'm just going to go wait in the lobby until somebody fucking listens to me, and then we're going to make it happen, Joe. That's what's going to happen.
Oh yeah. You want a little bit of trivia?
Yeah.
When BKXC came up with that idea, I don't know if I was the first, but I was one of the first people he talked to about it, because he wanted to he saw the style of stuff that I did in my earlier work, where I was doing that documentary style and like really, filming stuff in a professional style. But like we just couldn't make it work. I think at the time, like I was still working my full-time job. I'm still working a full-time job. I was working a full-time job.
Aren't we all suckers? Damn it.
I know, right? Gotta have health insurance. But yeah, I was working a full-time job. I had my girlfriend that just, we were still living in Austin, and like we were still trying to figure out our relationship. So like it was just too many things at once. And I was like, I don't think I can do this. And I don't think I turned it down as much as I never got back to him. And like, how Brian is, right? He's got the idea. He's going to go and make it happen. So he went and found the person to make it happen. And it was awesome. And I think that it really was a great proof of concept. It was just, as you said, it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work.
And you have to do it enough that it gains ground. Like nothing's ever, the first time you do something, like the first video you ever upload is never going to be seen by anybody, right? Like, so it's the same case. Like he's already got a big audience, but like, it just has to have consistency, and it needs to like develop. And it's hard because that's a lot of financial and time commitments to build something like that, but it's amazing for the community. It's like really well produced. It's like, dude, you got to have a team. Like we can't just go out by ourselves and take a camera and film ourselves going down, run back up, grab the camera. Like that's what we have to do. Like, you got to have a team of cameramen and producers and all this stuff. It's like, dude, there's so much involved with that. But one day, mark my words, we're going to see something cool like that. And hopefully we're on the forefront of it.
Hopefully. I think that we can draw inspiration from other areas of YouTube. Like you look at Linus Tech Tips, where he has Linus Media Group.
Yep.
There's no way that Linus could have made the channel as big as it is without bringing people on.
Yep.
Excuse me. And I'm curious, because Seth is kind of starting to do that. And I'm curious when Seth is going to make that jump where he starts adding a third person and a fourth person and a fifth person. And then Seth kind of turns into the media group where like, he's just kind of the guy in the background, like managing everything. And he shows up on camera, but someone else has written the script. Someone else is filming. Someone else is editing, product development, all that stuff. And, he is just, he's the face of the company, but, it's not just Seth, it's Seth and everyone else around him.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Seth ever really wants to go in that direction, because personally, I think Seth is like, kind of trying to set up the long-term plan of like how he's going to slowly transition out of it and like go into the bike industry and, you know, be a subject matter expert or start his own bike brand or just retire, you know, just retire and enjoy the life that he's built, you know, spend time with his kid. Who
That
knows?
guy-
I don't even know if
yeah.
Seth knows at this point.
Yeah, the potential is endless for someone like Seth, who is just an incredible, not a workaholic, but again, I've met Seth, but I don't know, like Seth doesn't have any patience for me. I can already tell you that right away. Like, but like, you know, just like he's such a workhorse and so knowledgeable and all that stuff. It's just like, you know, anything, the world's his oyster. He could do whatever he wants and nothing could go wrong. When I ran into him in Sedona, like Eric Porter was standing right next to him, and Eric and I ended up talking quite a bit because Eric's a super rad dude, a lot more relaxed. And I felt much more comfortable talking to him. His kids were there, got their new bike. So it was cool to talk to him and see like what they were up to. And it's like, those are the people that can hit up for hijink stuff. But like Seth, I would never bother with that nonsense.
Oh, you know, I don't know. I think Seth would be down for stuff, you know, just like anyone like Brian or Lone Ranger, everything. It's like, if you have a clear vision and you got like a good idea and you like, hey, I just need you for this. This is the plan, and you can make it happen. Like you can get yourself out to where Seth is, or Seth just happens to be out in California at the time and it's got the time. You know, a lot of things can happen. Or you can just, you know, figure out where he's going to be, jump on top of it. I'm sure, you know, I'm sure he would be totally cool with you crashing a filming session with him. That'd be something Seth would totally.
You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to book like a month at his little Airbnb place and like keep breaking things until he shows up. Hi, Seth. How are you?
I'm surprised no one's done that yet.
I guarantee you
honestly
somebody's
surprised.
tried. Guarantee
What's that?
you. I guarantee you somebody's tried. He said that people are surprised sometimes when he shows up to fix things. Like they're like, wait, whoa, you actually came here? Yeah, he manages it. What the hell is he doing?
No, I think that we might see someone do that, like another YouTuber try to like use that to like get some Seth FaceTime. I don't know if you have like I said, he might be down for it. If like you have a cool concept and you just need to get that, he might be like, you know, I'll put off some, you know, work to be able to film this 15 minutes of whatever. But it's got to be good.
Yeah.
Because Seth doesn't seem like the kind of person you want to mess with. He is strong. Have you seen some of the stuff he's lifting around Burn Peak?
Yeah.
Just like throwing half trees over his shoulders, and like you just see like the dad muscles come out, and you're like, holy crap. Seth is swole.
I know. It's because he's nonstop, man. He's just building shit out there all the time. It's amazing. By the way, Octodad says maybe Eric Porter is the Stig. Yeah, I could see that. He's a shredder.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's the best part, right? Is that you could have, you know, random people being the Stig if you want. It can be kind of like a joke. That was my concept with it. It's like, if I was ever gonna have like a recurring Stig, it would be like, you know, have the XC Sig or the downhill Sig, the enduro Sig.
Yep.
Have whole intros for it and everything. Which, you know, that's part of the fun, right? You know, that's some of the things that I think is kind of funny when we talk about testing stuff, is that it's so hard to test things in a quantitative way when there's so many variables. Like Paul the Punter talked about this once. Like, what did they have for breakfast that day?
Yeah.
Like, did they just get a text from like their significant other and now they're in a bad mood? That can affect lap times like crazy. Or just, you know, the fact that we're just a bunch of yahoos playing with bikes out in the woods.
Who was it that recently put out the video? And I think he might have put it in the Slack group, but like the racer who was at the top, ready to go. Okay. Like he made a great video about this. And I was like, man, I'm sorry you had to make this video, because it's like really like sad to see this. But like basically he's at the top, ready to go down, ready in race mode. And the two people at the top were like, you can't bring a GoPro. Like, you got to take it off right now. You got to take it off. And
right.
And it was the craziest thing, because like, to me, like he made a great point. Cause one, they were way out of line. Like you like talking to someone like they're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like he's like, you got to take that GoPro off or you can't go. Like, how do you talk to people like that? So I got to see if I can find this, but like basically like you saw this, and like then he's describing like at that point your race is shot. You could still race, but like you're mentally totally out of it this race, because you got people yelling at you. You're like, wait, what? And then he like interviewed people, and he's like, they didn't tell me to take my GoPro off. They didn't, like, there was no rules. Like, it was just this weird thing, and it was like totally like, there goes your day. And that's part, like he was talking about also, like their responsibility now as racers is to create content. And so like one way to do that is to have a GoPro, document the race, and then talk about it. And like when you don't have that content, you're costing that creator money and you're not getting more, recognition for the event. It was a really weird situation.
Yeah, especially these days. Like everyone has a GoPro. I mean, like the fact of the matter is that it's not even for social media. It's for them to review the race. Sit there with their coach, sit there with their team, figure out like what caused this mechanical. What could we have done better? Like where did we lose time compared to other people? It's wild, right? That the fact that happened. And there was an internal discussion within our group, right? Of like, was it out of line? Because like the rules didn't state anything against that. It just was a bad call by the people at the top, and like a very random one, right? Like, guess he looked at them wrong. I don't know, maybe he had bad gas or something.
But he did a really great breakdown of it. He wasn't like outrageous. And he said like after the fact, after he got done with the race, he went and talked to everybody. And he was like, they were coming down with GoPros. And he's like, they didn't tell you to take it off. They're like, oh no, you just got to have it up here. And like, there was wildly conflicting views on the rules. And it was the EWS from Scotland. Yeah. Boston Don MTB. And so it was like this wildly conflicting views on how to approach the situation. It was just, what a bonkers situation. It sucks. Like, if you come into that ready to rock and roll and then just immediately out of your game because of that, what a weird scenario that was. That sucks.
Yeah, especially because of all the things that it takes to get there.
Now imagine if somebody had told me that when I did the Prescott race recently out in Arizona, because I'm basically a professional racer now, Joe. It's quite obvious that I ran my first XC race out in Prescott and I had a GoPro on. Now if somebody they would have just really, like, my times really would have been damaged had they made me take that thing off, because like, I was in the top probably the top 90 percentile of that race.
Oh yeah, that's huge, man. That's up there, right? Bigger numbers are better, right?
Yeah, the bigger numbers are better. Yeah, I will say I did better than expected coming in with no real preparation to that race. Like I basically came out of that thing like I did like it was out of 900 something people, I was in the 300s or something. So it wasn't like I was in the bottom, all right? That's all I'm saying. That was better than nothing.
What Alan MTB is always trying. Like we text all the time now, and he's always sending me like race articles. Because he is, bless him, he is trying to get me to get into mountain bike racing.
I still haven't either. Yeah.
Tech. I love talking bikes. I think that it's amazing what racers do mentally and physically to train for that.
Yep.
I literally do not care. I've been at so many Sedona Fests now where like apparently I was standing next to like some well-to-do person and I'm just like, hey man, can you hand me that helmet? I want to see it. Like, oh, cool, thanks, man.
They should be excited to stand next to us.
I know, right? Do they have any idea how much we can help influence them? Help me help you. But the thing that actually made me appreciate what racers go through the most was, you remember like before, like it was actually the Super Spreader event that Jesse was talking about. That was the last Sedona Fest I went to. And, I had just recently kind of gone through that heart scare, right? And I was trying to get back into shape. And so like, I was really bound and determined, and I wasn't trying to race. I just wanted to be in shape so I could have fun.
Yeah.
Because every time you go out there, right, all it is day after day, big rides, collab rides, carrying gear, doing multiple rides in a day. One, because it's Sedona, and two, like you agree to like 3 different videos and then realize that the logistics of that didn't pan out, but you're going to do it anyways.
Yep.
I exercised my butt off, and like I was getting into my nutrition again. I was trying to figure out a good routine. I was talking with my doctor to make sure I wasn't pushing myself too hard, especially after some scares. And I was like, I got out there. I was just like, man, this was just for fun.
Yeah.
Like I didn't have anything really on the line other than my own satisfaction. So like, the mental pressure alone is a lot for those racers. Cause like if they, when they take a day off to recover, like that's a day that they're not training.
Yep.
So like, what does that mean? Like, is someone else training? you know. So those are the things that like it made me appreciate.
Yeah, it's really interesting, man. When we talk about racers too, it's this is something interesting that happened at Prescott. Okay, Sid and Mackie were there, and Joe, they didn't know who I was.
I'm gonna have to talk to them.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, Bikesome was there too. We're like, hey, I'm the Colorado Kid. They're like, oh, that's cute. I was like, you sons of bitches. All right, take it easy.
They're great people, though.
I know. They really are. They really are super cool. And yeah, I got them to do some stuff for the Epic Rise when I did the social media takeover for them and stuff. It was rad. It was a good experience. But I was like, yeah, damn it. Everybody should know who I am. I got 10,000. I got 10,000 subscribers now. Nobody cares.
No, I love Sid and Mackie because like, unless you knew that they were racers, you wouldn't know they were racers, right?
Oh yeah,
they are super humble. You know, you start to talk to them like they have so many like things outside of mountain biking, and also like whenever like I've had the chance to like sit down and have like lunch with them, like you can talk about them. You can talk to them about like a multitude of subjects because like both of them are very well educated, by the way.
Yeah.
So not that racers are dumb, you know. You got to be smart. You got to be smart to make risky decisions like that.
Yeah, you could just say that I'm not well educated because it's very much a fact.
Hey, if anyone's undereducated here, it's me. I walk around with a GED and a few years of homeschooling, and it is amazing that I function in society.
I just get by on good looks. That's all I got going for me. And that's even debatable.
Well, at least you can grow a full beard. For me, you know, like I got this nice little bald spot, and I try to do a beard comb over. Yeah, I'll figure it out one of these days. I'll get my life together, get out of this basement, actually make some YouTube content for a change.
Yeah, I need to also one of these days. In fact, I've promised. Look, I'm here to promise everybody that I'm gonna get back on the saddle, and I'm gonna start making like incredible long form. Wait, what's that? What's that? Oh, you got me a. My wife just showed up. She got me a Father's Day gift. So hold on. What is it? Okay, hold on. Okay. Thank you. That's amazing. Let me just.
Oh no.
Well, so much for making YouTube content. Sorry, guys.
Hey, that's your retirement right there. You can just hold on to that. It'll still be out of stock by the time you're 65.
I already started playing it. It's fine. I screwed it up. There you go. Joe, man, I'm stoked you were able to jump in here. We're coming up on 2.5 hours, so I'm going to call it a night pretty soon. But always a pleasure to have you in here because we get good perspectives. And you and I always have some fun stuff to talk about that people don't expect. You know, when they talk about tech and things like that, it's like we have a lot of common ground that people don't realize. I'm convinced I'm going to make it out to Denver in the Colorado area sometime this year. And if so, we're actually going to hang out. Guarantee it. But we'll figure that all out.
I'll find a bar somewhere away from schools. It'll be fine.
We could just go ride and nobody will give us hassle. There's no schools up in the trail systems. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I'm stoked that everybody could jump into this live chat tonight. I think I'm going to finish off the night and I'm going to play that highlight reel one more time. So if you guys missed me getting roasted for 8 minutes straight, that's how we're going to end the night. Joe, anything else we should talk about before we call it a day?
You know, I wish I could part off with some like sage advice, but no, I don't have anything. There's nothing behind these eyes.
Perfect. Well, get some sleep because you're an hour behind us. You're at 10:19 your time, right?
Yep.
Is it 2 hours? I forget what mountain time is.
It's 10:19. You did the math right.
I'm smart. I'm well read. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joe, thanks again for jumping in, buddy. Everybody in chat, stick around. If you guys didn't see me getting roasted for 8 minutes straight, this is your chance. Here it goes. I don't know. It might pick up right at the end. Can I? Oh, I can scroll back. There we go. I figured this all out. Thanks again for everybody that helped me put this together because it took a couple days, but we figured it out, and we're going to send it off on a strong one. Joe, thanks again, buddy. We'll see you next time.
Okay, all right. Who's this for again? Who paid for this shout out? The Colorado Colorado kid? Is it Joel? Joestifer? All right, I mean, if you paid for the shout out, let's do it. Roll it now. Hey, Joel with the Colorado channel. I just wanted to congratulate you on 10 million Wait, what? How many zeros? Why is he be paying for a shout out? What is this? Hey, Joestifer with the Colorado channel. Just shouting you out. Wait, I'm not shouting you out. Wait, how many it's subscribers? YouTube? YouTube's still a thing? Does he dance on TikTok? What? Oh, okay. All right. Do it live. No, I'm just playing, Joe. I'm totally a huge fan. Major congratulations to you on hitting a milestone I know you've always wanted to hit. I look fondly back on the day when we teased you about hitting 1,000 subscribers and shaving a dick in your beard, and you actually freaking did it. We get him to 1,000. He will do some funny facial hair.
I might even shave a penis into my beard if you get to 1,000.
We called you Dickbeard. I'm sorry.
You're not sorry. Not yet.
I can't wait to see what you have in store. Congratulations, Jostopher.
A big congratulations to the Colorado Kid for hitting 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. What are my numbers at right now?
473,000.
Oh, it's not a competition or anything. Congrats, Joe.
Wow, dude, 10,000 subscribers, man. This is absolutely mind-blowing. You're only about 20,000 followers away from the average 13-year-old on TikTok. 100K is coming right around the corner. All you gotta do is just continue on with your formula, keep copying my videos, and you're good to go. I wish the Colorado Kid from Cali nothing but the best. Make sure to subscribe to his page.
Hey, what's up, Joe? Congratulations on the new numbers for YouTube and Instagram. It's pretty good stuff. It's been great having you on the team, watching your stupid-ass Instagram reels and stuff. It's been super funny and entertaining. But the better question is, when are you going to tell your wife and kids about your following on porn?
Joe, my friend, known as the Colorado Kid, it's I, Josh, from the Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and I just want to say congratulations. You made it to 10,000 subscribers. You have tricked 10,000 people to follow your content, which is a huge accomplishment, and I'm super stoked for you. But in all seriousness, I'm actually surprised you got there, only because we all know I have the best mustache on YouTube. I'm just not so conceited that I have to like show it off in all my videos like you do. And yeah, so we all know that like I handed it to you by shaving it, and we also know that 10,000 is like okay, but I think in the same amount of time, I think I got 100,000, which is an actual achievement worth celebrating. So yeah, have fun celebrating 10,000, and maybe one day you'll get to 100,000. That was a lie. I know you probably won't get there, but I hope you have a good time celebrating the way you do. I would be there, but I'm too busy spending all the money I got from being so successful. So have a good time, man, and congrats on 10,000. In the year 2090, I'll be there to celebrate 100. See you then.
Joe, I heard you hit 10,000 subscribers. That doesn't make what you did okay. The next time you touch Pupper Pip inappropriately, it's going to take 20,000 subscribers.
I didn't touch his dog.
Just
for the record.
I mean, you got to get permission to touch Pupper Pip.
I didn't touch his dog.
But you know that. I forgive you, and congratulations.
There's no proof.
Man. 10,000 subscribers. You earned it.
Hello there, Joseph. Paul the punter here. Now,
Paul.
your family has asked me to pass on the message. Congratulations on 10,000 YouTube
Thanks,
subscribers.
Paul. Thanks.
It's
Thank
a
you.
fantastic achievement, especially someone at your age. I'm sure there's a few kids at school, some of your friends that also have 10,000, and now you've finally caught up to them. It's a great start for just a very enthusiastic young YouTuber like yourself. Oh, they also mentioned it's been your birthday lately. You are 40 years old. You're 40 years old. What are you doing with your life, man? Like, come on. Literally kids can do this. I just like get some new priorities or something.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Joe.
Hey, thanks.
Glad you finally found a cure for that chronic diarrhea.
Oh, dude.
Dude, that's not why we're congratulating Joe. He just hit 10,000 subscribers. Joe hit 10,000 people? No, his YouTube channel. There are 10,000 people who subscribe to it.
Yeah.
So does he still have chronic diarrhea? Because that was nasty.
No.
Dude, he told us that in private. And he used a lot of our toilet paper when he was here. That bathroom's never going to be the same. Sorry, Joe, but... Dude, can we just congratulate Joe on 10,000 subscribers? Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Joe. Never trust a fart. What? I mean, just kind of should never... Just go.
Just go. Just get out of here. Just get out.
What's up, YouTube? I'm Robert.
Hey!
This is the... Dude, seriously? I'm trying to do a freaking intro over here. Huh? Who has 10,000 subscribers? Colorado Kid
I
has
do.
10,000 subscribers. What
Me.
do you know? All that guy does is stupid dad jokes and plays with his mustache and diddly and plays the guitar with his stupid music and dancing on TikTok. I'm so sick of the friggin' algorithm. I'm done with YouTube.
So, the Colorado Kid, aka Joe, aka Wish.com Burnt Reynolds, has finally hit 10,000 subscribers, which is no small feat considering how overly saturated YouTube is with a bunch of middle-aged men having midlife crisis on mountain bikes. So, yeah, definitely props to you, Joe. And you know, you did it without a lot of shout-outs from Brian, BKXC, which I found interesting considering that you were, you know, friends growing up, until I realized you were probably the friend that he had to introduce to his girlfriend last to make sure she didn't get scared off. But that's just because of your huge personality. And, you know, I look forward to making a collaborative video with you. It's just going to be the logistics of figuring out where to meet because, you know, between your mustache and my beard, we can't go anywhere within a mile radius of any schools or playgrounds. So I'm sure we'll make it work, and we are going to make a fantastically mediocre mountain bike video sponsored by Squarespace.
Oh, God.
Congratulations, Joe.
It's so true.
Hello. Yes, I'd like to order 2 large pepperoni pizzas and
Bobo!
a
No!
side of garlic knots.
It's
and,
me.
Wait.
It's me.
It's called a pizza shop? Who does
No, it's Colorado.
Colorado
It's me.
Kid.
Yeah.
Isn't that guy with the mustache who looks like a failed 1970s porn star? How do I even have your number?
I mean, I gave
just
it.
kidding.
What?
Congratulations, you handsome son of a bitch. 10,000 subscribers, not an easy thing to accomplish in the YouTubeosphere. Happy for you. I don't understand what took so fucking long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's not your fault. It's their fault. Why did it take so long for you guys? to
Everybody in
subscribe
chat,
to-
it's your
to
fault.
the Colorado Kids channel. I don't know.
See?
Anyways, stoked to see your
Yeah.
success on the YouTubes. You are hilarious. Love your work. Hope that we can do more collaborations together in the future. And yeah, congratulations on this milestone. 100,000 subscribers. Here we come.
Yes. See, Bobo gets
Joe,
it.
my man, I heard you got like 1 million views on one of your TikTok videos, which is super impressive because I think you're the oldest person to ever log into TikTok. So congratulations on that. But seriously, I'm stoked to tune in for this 10,000 subscriber celebration. I'm honestly kind of surprised you got to 10,000 since you haven't made an actual YouTube video in like 6 months.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Anyways, congrats to you
Take it easy,
and
Rich.
your wife on all of the success. Tell her I said hello and I dig her stash. It's almost as glorious as yours. Oh. Time's up. You should have sprung for more than 20 seconds, cheap bastard.